State Champs Sports Network is presented by Lawrence Technological University. Be curious, make magic. Visit ltu.edu today. State Champs Game Time Live is delivered by Hungry Howie's Pizza, home of the original flavored crust pizza. State Champs Game Time Live is also brought to you by Reaction Technologies. Up your game. Go to reactiontechnologies.com for more information. The Construction Association of Michigan, the voice of the construction industry in Michigan. Alta Equipment, Michigan's #1 construction equipment provider, proudly representing the industry's top brands. Get the right equipment for your project every time with Alta Equipment. And the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
And welcome into Midtown Detroit. So glad you can join us, whether you are watching via State Champs or our new partnership with WDIV Channel 4. Yep, Prep football is back. So we're back as well, along with my broadcast partner, Grant Perry. My name is Sean Baligian. Yes, we're at Tom Adams Field. It's the Zenith Prep Kickoff Classic, and a guy that knows a little something about this Prep Kickoff Classic. I have a feeling, Grant, we've got some footage that we're going to show everybody now. You played, what, 3 of these games?
Yeah, 3 of them, yep. I was 2-1 in my time here. The one that I remember the most, it has to be my sophomore year. We played Cass Tech. Cass Tech was coming out. They were the #1 team in the state. It was at night, 7 o'clock kickoff. And it was, 10,000 people. Electric. That's how you start off the season. And that's what we're going to see here today. The fans filling into the crowd. It should be special.
It really is a special venue down here at Tom Adams Field in Midtown Detroit. And we've got a special one to get it started right now. Let's start with the Trenton Trojans. Hey, listen, old school. How about triple option? How about veer?
Yeah, it's old school football, hard nose. You take a look at the film, you say, hey, are we in the 2000s or are we in the 2020s, right? They're playing good ball, and they're doing it at a really high level. You got a new quarterback coming into the mix, Drew Haddad. He's going to be a point guard, right? In the triple option, in the veer, you got to be able to facilitate the football and get it to your playmakers. And a guy to look out for to get that ball is Ashton Rooney, #1. Really high skill player, 19 touchdowns last season, high production. Definitely a guy to keep an eye out for.
Well, they're going to want to control the clock. Southgate Anderson, on the other hand, listen, it starts with their returning quarterback. 3-year starter, as a matter of fact, in Jackson Sage.
And Jackson Sage is getting better each year. Last year, 1,200 yards through the air, 13 touchdowns. Ask Coach, hey, what are some things he worked on in the offseason? They live in the quick passing game, so working on the mechanics of the throwing to make the accuracy a little bit better is going to give them the edge. He said he's done a great job with all camp through that. And the receiver to look out for catching those passes, Thomas Laskowski, #14. Best receiver for them last year, looking to have a really breakout season this year.
Don't you go anywhere. We are just a couple minutes away from kickoff. So glad you can join us from Midtown Detroit. It's State Champs Game Time Live right here on the State Champs Network.
At Hungry Howie's, we're famous for flavor, and this is our Chief Flavor Officer. Every hour of every day, our CFO obsesses over the tastiest ingredients to craft the most delicious flavored crust pizzas at the most unbelievable prices. And he's making this summer the summer of flavor. Try Hungry Howie's all-new Backyard Burger Pizza, or pick up a Pickle Bacon Ranch Pizza for a limited time only. Order a large for just $14.99 each.
Hungry
Howie's! At Alta Equipment, we know when it comes to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. Alta Equipment has partnered with the biggest names in construction, including Volvo, Leeboy, Sonnebogen, Avant, ASV, and more to provide the state of Michigan with industry-leading service and support. Alta Equipment services all makes and models, and their technicians are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Do you have a big project? Alta Rents has you covered with the most diverse rental fleet in Michigan. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA today.
Looking for a score, a schedule, a story? MHSAA.com has you covered. Our newly redesigned website has everything you need to follow high school sports in Michigan. And it's optimized for mobile use. Fans can submit scores on a Friday night, check playoff pairings and game times, or read about the student athletes from your community. Your first stop is MHSAA.com. Connect with us online and get everything you need all in one place.
Your persistence and dedication have brought you this far. But the fire of curiosity within you burns to push beyond your limits. LTU is the place where your passions and curiosities can soar, pushing your mind and body to new magical heights. Lawrence Technological University. Be curious. Make magic.
A high score.
A big win.
These things are impressive.
But it's what you don't see that counts.
The years of honing our skills.
The late nights and early mornings.
Pushing through even when it hurts.
The teamwork.
The dedication.
You don't see the hours of practice our team puts into winning games, but it pays off on the field.
And you don't see the years of practice our attorneys put into winning cases, but it pays off in the courtroom. The Detroit Lions.
And 1-800-CALL-SAM.
Winning for you.
Hi, I'm Rachel Stewart. Today, Gardner White would like to put to rest who's the #1 mattress store in Detroit. During our Labor Day sale, we've lowered prices on every mattress, so we can promise the very best mattress prices in Detroit, along with no interest financing for up to 88 months. Plus, free power bases, free TVs, MasterCards, and free same-day delivery. A $500 value over the competition. This is why one mattress store stands all alone at the top. Gardner White, Detroit's #1 mattress store.
State Champs Game Time Live is delivered by Hungry Howie's, famous for flavor. Welcome into Midtown Detroit, where we are just a few minutes away from kickoff here on the State Champs Network. You can see the captains meeting at the midfield stripe, and Grant Perry, you and I were just talking off the air. This is awesome for a guy like you. Listen, your career is not that far in the rearview mirror, right? To come back and see the passion that you only see in the prep game, it's got to be pretty cool for you.
It's really cool, and being up in the booth has given me a different perspective, right? When you're in high school and you're playing for your team and your community and your school, you kind of get tunnel vision, right? It's only about your team and your goals, but stepping back, stepping in the booth with you and State Champs, it's given me the ability to say, oh, all these teams are competing for one goal. They all have their own story. So it's really cool to see and learn about all these teams around the state of Michigan.
And stories are beginning all across the state this weekend, but today we're here. Take a look at the Trenton Trojans there as we are about to honor our nation with the national anthem. We'll have more insight into this game in just a moment as you take a look at that classic Trenton color. Boy, such a great community. They support their schools. Every community does. Hey, while we have a minute, I want to thank you again wherever you're watching, whether it be in Southgate, whether it be in Trenton. I want to thank you for watching on the State Champs Network and, of course, our new partners, Grant. Thank you to the great folks at WDIV for jumping on board and streaming this game as well.
Absolutely. Can't hurt to have the coverage. It's awesome to see everyone jumping on board. Promoting this great sport.
Well, we are just a moment away from our national anthem, but what a way to get this started. The PKC has been doing this for many, many years now. I think it made a great decision after starting out at Rynearson Stadium to come down here to Midtown Detroit. Well, no better way to get things started than hearing the band honor our country with our national anthem. We are mere seconds away from kickoff here at Tom Adams Field. He's Grant Perry. I'm Sean Belegian. Glad to be with you all year long on the State Champs Network and, of course, with our friends at WDIV Local 4. Always great to see our buddy John Kidd down on the field. Look at him running around. He never stops moving, Grant. Never.
Yeah, well, let's set an over-under on the calories he burns down there on that field today. I mean, because these kids are playing hard. John's playing just as hard, if not harder.
Well, it's not too bad out here. The weatherman said it was supposed to be a little bit warmer than it actually is right now. But listen, full disclosure, Grant and I running up the stairs, we might disagree with the weatherman a little bit. We had to run up the stairs here at Tom Adams Field. That's not an easy chore, Grant.
No, it's not. We helped each other up. Thankfully, we went together. We did the buddy system on the way up, and thankfully we both made it. But I think if one of us went alone, I don't know if we'd be in this booth right now together.
No doubt about that. Trenton gonna kick this off from the south to the north. Or to put this in different terms, how about kicking towards the venerable Fisher Building here in Midtown Detroit, just north of this beautiful facility here at Tom Adams Field, the home of the Wayne State Warriors, who, by the way, their season kicks off a week from today. We'll be down in Tiffin, Ohio. I say we because it's been a pleasure and an honor to call their games for just a few years now. Waiting the signal here, and we'll kick off this 2024 campaign. The Trenton Trojans taking on Southgate Anderson. Chris Shahowski preparing to kick this off. And we are underway. Short kick, taken at about the 16-yard line. Looked like his knee touch. Indeed, it did. They're going to mark him down, granted, about the 18-yard line, and that is where Anderson takes over. There he is, Jackson Sage, number 9. That is a guy that we talked about in our pregame, showing for good reason. 3-year starter, can't put a price tag on that experience.
The experience is everything, especially in an offense that wants to throw the ball, wants to move the ball downfield. You're going to see a lot of quick game out of Southgate Anderson today. Fine-tuned his mechanics in the offseason, learned the defense, learned how to manipulate defenders. Let's see here how that offseason work translates. 1st
and 10 for the Titans on their own 18-yard line. Just underway here. So glad you could join us. Former Brother Rice Warrior and Michigan Wolverine, Grant Perry alongside. Handoff over the left side, some space over the 20, past the 25. Very close to a first down. Good push, found a little hole and picked up about 9.
A really good job there by the running back. Doing a good job of seeing that defender break through the line of scrimmage. Number 9, Brock Culpepper, broke through, had a free hit. Running back there jumps out of the way and does a great job of picking up some much-needed yardage there on first down.
Sage shotgun formation. Had 2 receivers split near side. Now he's going to split them far side. One in the slot. Running back on his left hip. 2nd and short. Back to pass is Sage. Pocket collapses. He takes off running. First down and more, out past the 30, up to the 31-yard line. First down, Titans.
And that's what you're going to see today. You're going to see Jackson Sage make good decisions, right? He looks downfield, doesn't see a receiver open. Good job by the Trenton secondary of staying close to those receivers. Jackson Sage realizes that, takes it on the ground by himself, picks up a few yards and a first down.
Well, you talked about that tempo. They were speeding up after that. Now they're slowing down. You can see Sage looking at the near sideline. Of course, the Titans, black uniforms, red letters, and that beautiful silver helmet. Handoff. Going to try the middle. Not a lot of space up that time. Trojans collapse. We'll call it a gain of 2.
Good job there. Southgate Anderson's running a split zone, meaning that front side tight end there, Joe Dietrich, number 40, is going to cut back and block the end man on the line of scrimmage on the right side of the ball. That aiming point for the running back somewhere inside the A to B gap. Good job there by Ansel Fader, stepping up and making that tackle in the hole for a short gain.
Connor Ensign standing in behind Jackson Sage. Got a receiver split far side, 1 near side. 2nd and 8. Handoff. A little space over the right side. Bucket goes flying up to about the 35-yard line. First game, you're going to see a lot of those motions. Not surprised, Grant, to see a bucket go flying.
Nope, you're going to see a lot of that. Everyone's coming out of camp, right? Camp's usually the hardest part of the season where you're knocking heads with your teammates. That helmet's going to be a little loose, not tight and right for game day, as this is the first game. Xavier Willis, number 62 there, loses the helmet, has to come out for a play.
Big third down here. Third, and we'll call it 6. At the 35-yard line. 10 minutes remaining in this first quarter, no score. Trip receivers near side, one far side. Sage sends a man in motion now on this 3rd and 6. Let's see what the Trojans defense dials up. Low snap, controlled by Sage, rolling near side, looking under pressure. Smartly throws it away. Great coverage downfield. It looked like that play didn't have a chance from the get-go.
Yep, really good coverage there. Trenton comes out in a low-hanging cover, three defenders deep. They're running to the boundary here. They put the receivers in the boundary, kind of giving away, hey, we're going to probably throw this to the boundary. Trenton does a good job of sticking closer with those receivers. Doesn't give Jackson Sage a clear window. Trenton coming off the field here on defense on their first drive.
Well, we're going to see a lot of Ashton Rooney today. You mentioned that in our pregame show, and he's back deep right now, standing on his own 21-yard line. Clock stop, 9:44 to go. After picking up a first down, Southgate Anderson has to punt this one away. Boy, did they get a piece of it, or was that a shank off the right side of the foot? I can't tell.
Definitely looked like someone got back there. Couldn't tell if the finger got on it. But nonetheless, Trenton's going to be happy and pleased with this field position.
Yeah, Trenton's starting in Titan territory, just on their side of the 50. Hey, Hungry Howie's is a great partner of the State Champs Network, Mr. Football and Anvil Awards. Hungry Howie's, the original flavored crust pizza. Order your pizza at hungryhowies.com. Grant, don't answer me now, but do you have a favorite flavored crust? We'll get to that in just a second, but here is that triple option that we talked about. Haddad, under center, going to hand it off. Some space up the middle, out past the 45, up to about the 42-yard line. Good 5-yard gain to get things started for this Trojan offense.
Yeah, really good job, and they facilitate the ball well here. Talking with Coach this week, they do a good job of distributing it, right? There's going to be 5 guys that you see touch this ball today, and they're all going to do it in different fashions. Right there, you see Drew Carson taking it up the middle. He's going to be that guy that tries to split the middle of the defense, and then your speed guys are going to be on the perimeter.
Once again, Drew Haddad under center, going to hand it off to Rooney this time. Some space and more. Breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Trojans. Oh, baby. There's that explosiveness we talked about, Grant.
Yeah, it didn't take long for Ashton Rooney to accept his invitation to the party here. Really good job. They get him the ball early, and good things happen. Really good block here by Drew Carson, number 10, at getting a kick out. You're going to see Drew Carson, number 10, as a fullback here. Ashton Rooney at running back gets a good job, gets up the field there, making guys miss. And a telltale sign here of, is he a good player? Is he just athletic? The guy started on the right side of the field, saw the vision, cut back all the way to the left, made defenders miss en route to the end zone. Really good job, and you're seeing Ashton Rooney here get it started early.
Shahowski on for the point after. Snap down, kick up, and the kick is good. So with 8:57 to go here in this first quarter, Trenton strikes first, an electrifying 42-yard touchdown run by Ashton Rooney. Hey, Reaction Technologies is a cutting-edge sports technology company. Heads Up Trainer addresses the root causes of incorrect tackling techniques and other sports-related injuries. Learn more at reactiontechsports.com. Wow. Huh?
Yeah, I mean, talking with coaches this week, especially Trenton's coaches, they said, hey, we'll be happy living at 3 yards in a cloud of dust. We'll take pride in those 15-play drives if we eat clock and control the line of scrimmage. But he also said, hey, if we can score fast, we will, and we'll be happy with that. And that's not the kind of battle Southgate Anderson wants to get in with Trenton, right? They are really good at controlling the ball, controlling the time and the clock. So if you're Southgate Anderson here, you want to come back here on your second drive and try to get some points on the board.
Unofficially a 2-play, 48-yard drive. It culminates in an electrifying 42-yard touchdown run by the senior Ashton Rooney. Shahowski on again to kick this off. Let's see if Southgate Anderson can get a little something going. Trying far side again. This one taken at the 11, 15, 20. Hit at the 25, breaks out of one tackle. Flag comes flying in. Out past the 30-yard line, but let's check and see what that flag's all about.
Tackled by number 10.
Nice to hear the dulcet tones of Chris Butzloff here at the PKC. Boy, I'll tell you what, the Prep Kickoff Classic and our friends at the Detroit Sports Commission do such a good job of putting this together, and you grab a guy who is known for his PA work at all levels of sport, including the Detroit Tigers. Chris Butzloff's here. You know who else is here? Former Michigan Wolverine Grant Perry.
Hey, glad to be here. Glad to be in the booth with you.
So that is going against the Titans. So they're going to move that all the way back, Grant, to the 17-yard line. Let's see if Jackson Sage can get things going here. You know, one of the benefits of having a veteran quarterback is he's been there and done that. No panic, anything like that, Grant. They know they have to go out there and execute. Trip receivers near side, one far side, running back on his left hip. 7-0, Trenton Trojans on top. Second possession here for the Titans. Sage throws near side, completes just over the 20, trying to break out of a tackle. Good coverage there by the Trojans to bring them down at the 21-yard line. I think Culpepper with the tackle.
Yeah, really good job there, and a good job of Jackson Sage realizing, hey, they're in a 3-high shell, meaning that you're going to get some windows in between the defense. Does a good job of navigating the slot defender, Max Sanfilippo. It finds a completion there just to build a little confidence. Let's see if they can build on after that completion. Two
receivers split near side, two far side. Sage looking over that defense on this 2nd and 5. High snap brings her down. Going up top, just overshoots the intended receiver. Boy, he had his man beat. Did Seth Bodery.
Yeah, he had him beat there too, and the reason he had to get rid of it was they brought a blitz there off the edge. Drew Dell there, Conrad has moved down to linebacker, is formerly a safety just due to some injuries. They moved him down there. He's a bigger body guy. He comes off the edge unblocked. Jackson Sage has to put it up. A little bit more air. It would have been a completion, but he throws it up in the middle of the field. Got the right look. Just couldn't find the timing on that one.
Another big third down here for Sage, looking over that defense in those black unis with that silver helmet, back to pass. Lots of time, steps up in the pocket. Now he releases, got a man wide open. 30, 20, 10, touchdown. Aiden Cole. Or check that, my apologies, that's a 1-4. That's Laskowski. Not 44, 1-4. Now flag on the field. Let's see what that's all about. I have a feeling I know what it is, though, Grant.
Yeah, as do I. I think he got a little excited there going into the end zone. I think he's going to get flagged for excessive celebration, a little taunting, if you will. But you start the season off like that. First drive, you get shut out, you punt, then you come back and respond. Thomas Lakowski, it's understandable. From a player perspective, hey, he's juiced.
You're going to have to excuse me. We were talking about these uniforms beforehand, and when those uniforms get bunched up, I'm going, is that a 1? Is that a 4?
Yeah, a little hard to see here, but hey, right here, really good job, Jackson Sage, just sitting in the pocket, understanding, hey, if everything comes around me, step up, still keeping eyes downfield. A lot of quarterbacks, when they step up, they look to run. He's still trying to find his key receiver there. Thomas Lakowski does it. Trenton there was in a cover 4. Cornerback got a little flat-footed. Thomas Lakowski beat him deep for the touchdown.
Point after is good. 2 explosive touchdowns. And Grant, you bring up such a great point. There's a veteran quarterback for you. Feels the pressure, steps up in the pocket, doesn't panic, finds a man downfield for a big, big score.
And you got to credit that to the years behind, running the offense, right? Having that in your belt, having those live reps. A lot of those quarterbacks these days in high school, they step up, take 2-3 steps, and it's, all right, I'm going to run and try to pick up first down, look for, an angle to take. There he steps up, keeping eyes downfield the whole time. Trenton was in a cover 3, which Southgate Anderson went all 4 verts, which is a great beater versus cover 3. Trenton goes cover 4, catches the DB, cornerback sleeping, finds for a touchdown.
Want to give a shout out while I have a second. Aiden Borowitz, a kicker for Trenton. I know he wants to be in there right now. I know his dad, Ted, Best of luck to you, Aiden. I hope the knee heals up and you're back out there very, very soon. That's tough, Grant. You want to come into the new season and you can't do it just yet because you're dinged up with this, that, or the other thing. That's a tough prospect. So, young man, I hope you get back soon. Very, very soon. All right, let's catch our breath. A couple of big plays here.
Yeah, right on.
Trenton scored on their first possession. A 42-yard run by Ashton Rooney. Short kick this time. Taken at about the 32-yard line. Up past the 40. Gang tackled at the 42-yard line. Boy, great field position for Trenton. Both times they've taken over. Their first drive they took over on their own 48. This time they're going to, Southgate Anderson's 48. This time they're going to take over on their own 43-yard line.
And talking to coaches, a big thing coming into the early part of the season is field position and field battle and flipping the field. And if you can flip the field effectively and pin them inside their own 20, inside their own 15, that's where you see a lot of teams excel on defense and get themselves off the field. Right now, Southgate Anderson's kind of leaving the door open, giving Trenton really good field position here early on.
Here comes Andrew Haddad again. Another senior quarterback under center. Looks over the defense. Rooney in motion. They're going to give it to Rooney. Some motion, I think, is going to be the call there. Grant, I'll let you do that, but flags come flying, not a lot of space up front.
Yeah, so if we're in Canada, that's illegal, but Ashton Rooney, he's coming in motion and everything's fine until he starts heading towards the line of scrimmage. You can't move towards the line of scrimmage until that ball snapped. Gets a little antsy, knew he was getting his number called, and that one's coming back.
Well, of course, down here at Tom Adams Field, we're not too far from Canada, but what, about 3 miles that way? For our Canadian friends, what, about 5.5 kilometers?
See what you did there.
We'll move it back to the 38-yard line. We'll start it over. 1st and 15 for the Trojans, all tied up here. 2 big plays from each offense. And that's where we sit. 7:44 to go here in this first quarter. Haddad's going to hand it off. Try the left side of the line. Some space up there, about to the original line of scrimmage, so they pick up the 5 that they lost to the penalty. Setting up, we'll be nice and call it 2nd and 9.5.
And they're just getting Drew Carson involved. They're going to be giving him the ball up the middle for the majority of this game, just trying to chip away at the yard marker. And then eventually in hopes that he's going to be able to slip one for a big gain. And that's what the Trenton does. They'll lull you to sleep, 2 yards, 2 yards, 3 yards, and then Drew Carson will break a few tackles and take it to the house.
Clock running, 7:10 to go here, first quarter. 2nd and 10 for the Trojans. Rooney in motion. They're going to try the option, pitch out. Not that time. Great coverage by the defense, stepping up. 3 different Titans on the spot, Grant.
Yeah, fantastic job there. In this triple option, you have to be assignment sound. And when you're doing this, everyone's got a guy. The defensive end's usually responsible for the quarterback. In that case, Sean King, cornerback right there, is responsible for the pitchman. Does a great job of not losing track of Ashton Rooney. Stays on him, tackles him for a minimal gain there, if no gain at all. Really good job. Assignment sound football. That's what Southgate Anderson's got to do here today.
Well, they're giving him a yard. A big 3rd down here. 3rd and long. Trojans not the team that wants to get into 3rd and long situations, but here we are. Pitch coming near side. I think for a second Rooney thought about throwing. Breaks one tackle, breaks another tackle. Boy, he's going to be close to a 1st down. Let's see, where are they going to mark this? I think he got it. My goodness gracious, it looked like that play wasn't going anywhere, Grant. And that's the athleticism of Ashton Rooney.
It is. It's just when you think you have an angle on him, you don't. He has a step on you. Right there, Thomas Laskowski, safety's coming, feeling really good. Gets him, is about a foot away at about 3 yards past the line of scrimmage. And then Ashton Rooney just gives him 1 step, gets outside. Thomas Laskowski's got to maintain outside leverage and force it back into his help. Ashton Rooney, he's a difference maker, and that's what he can do. He can pick up long 3rd downs.
Big conversion now, and he's lined up outside. They're going to try the middle. Big hole up the middle. 30, 25, 20, finally brought down at the 16-yard line. A little misdirection there. Half the defense moved one way. That's exactly what Trenton's looking for.
Yep, absolutely. Like we said earlier, 3 yards in a cloud of dust, repeat, and then boom, pick up a 20, 25-yard gain there. Drew Carson, definitely a guy that, Southgate Anderson doesn't want to tackle, but let alone the secondary. When the secondary defenders have to tackle a fullback, that's where, if you're Trenton, you want that all day. If you can get Drew Carson to that second, third level, you're going to have some success here today in the run game.
Well, that's some battering ram stuff. That's what we were talking about, and they're going to give it to the ram again. Hits the middle of the line, bounces like a pinball outside, down to about the 11-yard line.
I think we're going to get a team not being set here, a little false start. Drew Haddad a little eager to get that snap. That just comes with, reps. First year as a starter here. That'll come here down the line.
Mark that back. No doubt about that. Clock stop, 5:27 to go. 7-7, all tied up here at Tom Adams Field on the campus of Wayne State University. But Trenton threatening. Down to the Southgate Anderson Titan 21-yard line, faced with a 1st and 15. Haddad looking over the defense. He's got 2 receivers split near side. Rooney, the deep man. The give is to Rooney. Rooney with a big hole, makes it cut at the 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Ashton Rooney again. But this time, give those big guys up front some credit, Grant.
Absolutely. And when you watch this replay, you're going to see the right side of the line of scrimmage here. They're all going to cut block. They're going to get low. They're going to do the dirty work here, chopping right at the thigh boards. You can see that right side of the line of scrimmage. They're going to get low here. But then watch Nico Bourdrais, number 22, with a touchdown block right there. You don't think the ball's coming outside. It's an inside type run. But then Ashton Rooney, you got to be ready to block anywhere because he has great vision. He'll bounce it. He'll get outside. It's a really good job there by number 22, Nico Bourdrais, of maintaining leverage, getting a touchdown block. In our world, when I played at Michigan, you get a helmet sticker for a touchdown block. So good job, young fella.
Shahowski with the point after. Snap down, kick up, and the kick is good. 14-7, your score here. Still 5:20 to go in this first quarter. Look at Rooney there on the sideline. A well-deserved breather. This young man with 2 big touchdown runs. Hey, there's always help wanted when it comes to high school game officials. Every year, over 1,000 new officials are needed. Officiating is a great way to stay in shape, stay close to the game, and so much more. Log on to mhsaa.com for more info. Always appreciate Chuck handing those reads to me. And he usually has a smile on his face. He's one of those guys, he got that big smile. Come on over here, Chuck, show me that smile. There it is. Love to see that. Well, great. Catch our breaths yet, huh?
No, we started off, Southgate Anderson got the ball, they punted, and I was like, okay, well, we're going to have a slower game to start off the season. Nope, sir, we are not. We are in a shootout right now.
This young man's been very busy today. His 3rd kickoff. He's got 2 extra points. Chris Shahowski sends this one deep, more of a line drive kick, and a knee went down. Boy, he did everything he could to D'Angelo Stewart to kind of get that on the run. Unfortunately, that knee touched.
Yep, and that's 2 times in a row there. I know Coach on the sideline is, hey, if you're going to catch it in the field of play, keep those knees up. Try to get under it a little bit faster. Maybe also, adjust your alignment, right? If you're sitting there at the 5 or the 10, maybe step it up. So, put your alignment on the 15-yard line. Be ready. Anticipate that pooch kick so that you guys can up the field position and get the offense going and put them in a better position than these past few drives.
Grant, your playing day, did you do a lot of the return stuff? I know any guy who's back on the punt return, you want that line drive kick coming at you, right?
Yes, you do, because the blockers aren't getting down there fast enough. Or excuse me, the punt team that's going to tackle you isn't getting down there. They haven't gotten to their lanes yet. So yeah, line drives and punting are especially a no-no for if you're the punt team.
Sage going to hand this one off. A little space over the left side of the line. That closed up quickly, though. My goodness gracious. Looked like there was a hole, and then the hole disappeared. We'll give him 2.5, setting up a 2nd and long.
Yeah, really good job there by Ansel Fader. He's a name that Coach this week really talked highly of, saying he's moved around. We've had to move some guys in different positions, and they plugged him right in the center of that defense, at that Mike linebacker position, and they're counting on him for tackle for lost tackles today. Right there, they get a few yards, but man, he showed up quick and shut that hole down.
Sage looks at his wrist. Steps back, shotgun formation, 2 receivers split near side, 1 far side. Going to keep it on the ground, hitting the backfield. Did a good job missing that first one. Couldn't miss the second, third, fourth, and fifth. Trojans all over it.
Trojans are doing a really good job now of keeping that run game to a minimum, putting Southgate Anderson in 3rd and longs, kind of showing their hand, making them show their hand, saying, hey, if you want to go ahead and pick up this first down on 3rd and long, I'm going to bet that you're going to try to put this in the air or at some type of screen. So really good job here early on by Trenton, controlling the line of scrimmage.
Sage looks to the near sideline, clock running, 4:05 to go here in this first quarter. Trenton on top, 14-7. Big 3rd down. 2 receivers split far side, 1 near side. Sage looking, forced out of the pocket. Moves again, looking, firing. Just out of the reach of the intended receiver. He had him out there, and I think Whitson maybe wants that one back.
Yep, that one came right to Winston. Winston, on the right at the snap, he got dominated. I mean, the line of scrimmage, he got pressed out of bounds, stayed with it. Quarterback Jackson Sage ended up seeing downfield. And if you're Trenton, you got to tell your guys, hey, stay with your receiver the whole time. Jackson Sage is mobile, but he's also keeping his eyes downfield. And if you're Jackson Sage, you put a good ball on him, just hope that he brings that in. And like you said, I'm sure he wants that one back.
A lot of pressure here now. Logan Exner standing back. Trenton has been blessed with great field position to start this game. And this is going to have to be a big punt here. We're going to get a timeout. Trojans didn't have a return man back there. So timeout on the field, 3:52 to go here in this first quarter. Trenton with a 14-7 lead. In case you're just joining us, Ashton Rooney scored on an electrifying 42-yard touchdown run to get things started. A long pass for Southgate Anderson tied it up, and then Rooney ran another one in, and that's where we sit at 14-7. Hey, the Sam Bernstein Law Firm injured? Get the Bernstein advantage. Call 1-800-CALL-SAM. That's 1-800-CALL-SAM. Everybody's got to get their things in order. You know, the whole return team came out there with one exception, the return man.
The return man. And some say, hey, maybe they're putting all their chips on the, hey, let's go block this, and maybe we might be successful. But you want to get a return man back there regardless if you're going all-out block or just, a punt return safe, just so that ball doesn't bounce and bounce and bounce. You want to be able to stop that thing, give yourself the best possible field position.
And what a return man they have back there. Ashton Rooney, who, as I mentioned, already has 2 touchdowns on the day, looking to give Trenton great field position again here in this first quarter. Punt is away, short punt. See what kind of bounce it takes. Takes a big Titan bounce. Oh my goodness. Like the wind got behind it, looked like it hit it about the 45 and finally brought down at about the 31-yard line, and that's where this Trojan offense will take over. 14-7. Trojans on top along with Grant Perry. My name is Sean Belige and the entire State Champs crew here today. The first of 2 games. Of course, the nightcap tonight. Everybody looking forward to that one. Make no mistake about it. The Pilots, Warren De La Salle, taking on Davison. Should be a dandy. We hope that you can stick around. In the meantime, Drew Haddad under center, man in motion, keeper all the way, calls his own number. Nice surge by the line, out past the 35, close to the 36-yard.
A good keeper there. They have different variances to the offense and the triple option, right? The first read is going to be a dive. They do a little exchange off this one where it's not a dive. He's going to be a lead blocker, and then Haddad's going to follow him behind the line of scrimmage there, behind the blocker, that Drew Carson, number 10, that is. Does a good job, picks up 5 yards, and they're moving here 2nd and 5.
Yeah, he'll take 5 yards all day on first down. Haddad looking over that defense again, going to keep this one on the ground. Keeper again calls his number. Nice breaking at the tackle, gets outside and picks up the first down.
Good job there by Haddad. He's doing a really good job of reading his keys, right? If the defensive end crashes down, he's going to keep it. Does a good job of seeing that in live time. You got to remember here, this is his first start on varsity. He's sat behind a couple guys here coming up leading to this day, and now it's his time. And he won a quarterback battle in camp versus A.J. Hawkins. So he's the guy that they trust in. He's making the right reads so far, and he's looking good.
A lot of eyes on him. I'm glad that you brought that up. He's shown some moxie so far here tonight. 1st and 10 for the Trojans on their own 45. Going to keep it on the ground this time. Not much going on. Good second effort to kind of fall forward for a couple, but hit right at the line of scrimmage. Boy, he had to work hard to pick up a couple at that, Grant.
Yeah, he did, and that was a really good play there by Sean King. He's their Sam linebacker. Means he's going to usually play to the strength of the offensive formation or to the field, just depending on how the defense dictates that. But really good job there. That was just a counter play, meaning there's going to be 2 pullers at the point of attack. Sean King avoids the pullers, gets in there and gets a good firm tackle, lifts the running back off the ground and stops it for a short gain.
Boudry falls forward. They're going to give him 3, setting up a 2nd and 7. Of course, keep it on the ground. Rooney, nice cut in the backfield. Gets what he can get. Dives forward up to about the 46-yard line. Not a lot of space out there. I think good job recognizing that by the dynamic Ashton Rooney.
Ashton Rooney, I mean, you put him in a telephone booth and it looks like he can make a first down. I mean, he doesn't need much space. He just needs a few cuts. And a really good job there again by Sean King of getting on him quick, trying to bring him down before he gets that first down. Does a good job of tackling for a short gain, making this a 3rd down.
Big 3rd down here. Haddad sends a man in motion. They keep it on the ground, trying the right side of the line. Titans stand up big. Oh, big stop there just when it looked like he might be able to squirt outside, Grant. You could see that big black wall out there say, no, sir.
Yeah, and you look at pre-snap, you're like, whoa, Southgate Anderson has these wide splits on the defensive line. That can't be, good when you're facing a team that wants to run up the middle. Well, they're crashing that D-line. Everyone's slanting inside, and right now Sean King is playing unreal. I mean, 3 straight tackles on this drive, stopping them on 3rd down there with another tackle on the running back. Really good job by number 21, the senior, Sean King.
Trojans are going for it in Titan territory. 4th and 3. Rooney in motion. Haddad looking over the defense. There's going to be a timeout. Trenton's going to discuss this. Now, let's see, Grant. The old, are we trying to get him to jump? Are we really going to punt? We're going to find out momentarily, I think.
Yep, and I think it's just exactly how you said it, right? They send a guy in motion. They want to see if anyone might jump or anyone might get a little antsy on the defensive side of the ball or show their cards to what defensive formation they're playing. And it looks like Trenton just wanted to see what they came out in, and like you said, we'll see if they're going to punt here or go for it. That could be 2 ways, right? Let's punt it now. We don't like the look, or we got the look that they're going to do. Let's go ahead and trust our guys and let them roll.
41 seconds remaining here in this first quarter. Don't forget, there is a 3rd very, very important person of our broadcast team. We will check in at some point in time with our own Kara Lyles, who's down on the field. Very important 3rd member of our broadcast team. Looking forward to another great season of MHSAA football here on Game Time Live. And Grant, that's exactly what it is. Trenton, unless they've got some trickery, chicanery here, going to punt it away. Nice snap, get this one away. Boy, high, booming punt. Takes a bounce at the 5, sideway bounce and out of bounds. Great job there to pin the Titans inside their own 10-yard line.
Yeah, really good punt. And like we said earlier, you don't want those line drives. Right there, he gets some arc on it, allows his defenders to get down there and get the ball inside the 10. But really good placement there. I mean, pinning them deep. Southgate Anderson, I mean, they're not getting any favors, and they're especially not getting any here in the field position battle.
Well, the Titans have had their chances. They've scored on a long touchdown, and even on that 3rd down, a near long completion. Let's see what Jackson Sage, once again a 3-year starter, and this Titan offense has here with 33 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Trenton Trojans 14, Southgate Anderson Titans 7. 2 receivers split near side, 1 far side. This time, running back lines up on the left hip. Trojans show blitz, movement everywhere, and they're going to blow this one down. I think this one's going against the offense, Grant.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that one. I think a little antsy. Saw the double-edge pressure coming from the field. I think that got him a little antsy and caused him to jump.
Boy, when you're in the shadow of your own end zone, you always worry. And in the back of your head, you know this. Guys are sitting there going, okay, I can't make that mistake. I can't do this. And the defense is chomping at the bits.
Chomping at the bits. They can see how close that end zone is. For any luck, maybe a ball's on the ground. Defensive guys are thinking, hey, let's put this in the end zone ourselves.
2 receivers split near side, 1 far side. Sage, a yard deep. Back to pass on first down. Loads up, coming near side, great coverage. Double teamed out there. 2 Trojans in coverage. You could tell the intended receiver, Thomas Laskowski, who scored a touchdown, was looking for a flag, but the official said no, sir.
Was looking for a flag. There's a little bit of contact. I wouldn't say there's anything egregious. And I think Jackson Sage, when he cuts on the tape tomorrow and watches that play, he's going to see that he had Seth Baudret over the middle, kind of wide open, running away from Drudell Conrad, who's a linebacker. Seth's obviously a receiver. That's a matchup you want. If he just gets inside on his read first, he picks up a big gain, and I think they flip the field on that play.
2nd and 14 from their own 5-yard line. High snap, but going to keep it. Sage trying the left side. Not a lot of space out there. Spins, falls forward for 2. Late flag comes in. Let's see what that is. But Sage, boy, after that initial contact, just to twitch his body around and fall forward for even a couple is a testament to that kid's toughness. What'd you see out there, Grant?
I saw it was quarterback counter, so he fakes the jet motion, and they're going front side. I think it's going to be a hold on the offense. That'd be my guess. When you got guys pulling at the point of attack, if someone beats you inside or outside, your first reaction is to try to hold them.
Absolutely nailed it, and Trenton's going to decline this, making it 3rd down. It was a very minimal gain for Jackson Sage. So we'll call it 3rd and about 12 yards now. Clock running, 10 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Let's see if they decide to snap this one. I have a feeling this is going to be the last play of this first half. Nope, low snap, get it off. Pressure coming backside. He's hit as he throws. The ball falls harmlessly incomplete. Very close to a safety, Grant, about 7 yards deep in that north end zone.
Yeah, that for a second there, as the clock hit 1, I'm like, all right, let's just let's go to the second quarter. They snap it, almost it rolls past the quarterback. Jackson Sage does a good job picking it up, getting outside the pocket, and yeah, you get a little stressed when you see him in the end zone, especially if he throws it away and it's intentional grounding. That's a safety, but does a good job, knows where his receiver's at, and just puts the ball in the dirt, lives to see another day there, and that's where that 3 years of experience comes in. When you don't have a throw, where do you throw it? And you got to know where to put the ball. Good job of not making a bad play worse.
Quite the discussion down on the field. The offense is still out there. I'm a little confused at what the discussion might be. That should be 4th down. It should be the end of the first quarter. But the officials having quite the discussion down there, Grant.
Yeah, I don't have a read on this one just yet,
no,
Sean.
No. Still having a discussion. We'll wait for the officials. There is no flag for intentional grounding. Picking up the flag. Okay. I didn't even see the flag out there to begin with, did you?
No, I missed it as well. Yeah, but they originally said, hey, intentional grounding, but there was a running back in the vicinity, and Jackson did a good job of putting it at his feet.
It almost looked to me like he got hit as he was thrown, too, and maybe that was the call down there. Regardless, that is the end of the first quarter. The Trenton Trojans with a 14-7 lead. So glad you could join us wherever you may be. MHSAA Football Prep Kickoff Classic from Midtown Detroit, right here on State Champs.
At Hungry Howie's, we're famous for flavor, and this is our Chief Flavor Officer. Every hour of every day, our CFO obsesses over the tastiest ingredients to craft the most delicious flavored crust pizzas at the most unbelievable prices. And he's making this summer the summer of flavor. Try Hungry Howie's all-new Backyard Burger Pizza, or pick up a Pickle Bacon Ranch Pizza for a limited time only. Order a large for just $14.99 each.
Hungry?
Howie's! My name is Dan, and I have dealt with family heating and cooling for 20 years plus. As property manager, I use family heating and cooling because they're honest, they're on time, and fair priced. I would definitely recommend family heating and cooling for their services.
Family is not just our name, it's the way we do business.
My father chose the name Family Heating because he wanted our company to treat everyone like family. Contact us today for your heating, cooling, and electrical needs, and you'll see the difference family makes.
Unlock peak performance with Reaction Technologies. the ultimate training tool for athletes. Our patented product enhances performance by building muscle memory and reinforcing proper technique. With real-time feedback from coaches, players can quickly adjust and perfect their skills. Designed for athletes at all levels, Heads Up Trainer integrates seamlessly with existing training tools. Elevate your skills and performance with reaction technologies, where precision meets performance. Coming soon.
Welcome back here to Wayne State University. Good first matchup going on, leading Southgate Anderson 14-7. But a name we've heard a lot as of late, Ashton Rooney. We've heard his name a lot far one day, but when it's baseball season, when it's springtime, he doesn't go by Ashton Rooney. He actually earned a nickname thanks to his incredible performance in their 2023 baseball playoff run. That nickname, Mr. Walk-Off. It's literally a self-explanatory. Had two, one coming new, and then one again against Liggett. Now I don't know if that Mr. Walkoff has anything. Season, it's pretty nice to it, guys.
Ashton Rooney takes that one off the bounce. That's exactly what we were talking about earlier. Every return man's dream kind of takes that off a bounce and able to do something. Flag back at the 3-yard line. Let's see what that's all about. Really appreciate Kara Lyles giving us the information down on the field. Hopefully she's staying cool. Not too warm today. Tomorrow, they say, might be a little different. Talking about an afternoon high of about 89 degrees. At least that mist that we saw earlier, Grant, went away. The sun coming out down here in Midtown Detroit. Trenton with great field position again. My goodness gracious. They are setting up shop on this drive on the Titan 33-yard line. They lead 14-7 and in great field position again as that young quarterback Drew Haddad leads them on the field. He's got two men split outside. You bet they're going to keep it on the ground. That's what they do. Pitch, the deep man Rooney. Rooney gets a block. He gets outside 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. Pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. You give this man a step, he'll be 10 yards downfield.
And they just can't contain him right now. I mean, it looks like right when you see him get to the line of scrimmage, it looks like Southgate Anderson has the proper angles, has the proper leverage. But, boy, I mean, the guys around Rooney right now are blocking their tails off. Brennan Gulliver, number 21, the junior, had a block that brought two guys to the party. So blocked two guys with one blocker there. Really got Ashton Rooney on the edge. But Ashton Rooney, I mean, like you said, he's lightning in a bottle.
Trojans in business again. First and goal from the 5-yard line. Drew Haddad directing traffic down there. Looks over that defense. Rooney in motion. The give is to the fullback. He dives forward into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. That's going to be Haddad on the keeper. There's that triple option for you. He kept it. Carson made the dive, but Haddad, he gets into the end zone, and the Trojans extend their lead to 20-7.
And that's one of those plays where you go, if you're Drew Haddad, you go to the sideline, you tap your buddy Drew Carson on the helmet and say, hey, thanks for taking that hit for me. Made the right read there, triple option. The dive player, if he gets tackled, you pull that ball and you keep it. Defense had no idea who had the ball, so really good job there by Drew Haddad, reading the play here. And just watch number 10, Drew Carson. He's going to take the hit here, and they're all going to think he's got the ball, right? Because that's the play. That's how this offense works. And everyone's out of position. Drew Haddad sees it, reads his key, and he's not looking like a first-year starter right now. He's got some savvy to him, and he's making the right reads.
Point after was no good, but Trenton extends their lead to 20-7. Hey, Grant, full disclosure, the defense wasn't the only one that thought that 10 got the ball. Let's be honest.
Yeah, hey, thank God we got replay monitors up here. I'm watching, too. I'm like, oh, okay, Drew Carson, 1-yard gain. They're just moving it. Drew Haddad jumping in the end zone there. And that's triple option, right? Figuring out who has the ball. You got to be assignment sound on defense there, and that's something that Coach Bobby Martin for Southgate Anderson really mentioned, saying one guy could really if he misses his assignment, it could mess up everyone else's. So there's a lot of trust that goes into it. But right now, if you're Southgate Anderson, you got to find a way to get to third down and win third down and keep Ashton Rooney maybe in between the tackles, because outside right now he's exploiting them.
Help your defense out as well. The field position, I can't stress that enough. It's been unbelievable how Trenton has just been in business literally all game long. 20-7 Trojans. Certainly, Southgate Anderson not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Jahowski kicks this one off, taken at the 19-yard line. Looking to move it up middle. Good coverage out there. Flag comes flying at about the 22. And the return man goes down at the 25-yard line. We'll figure out what that flag is, but Jackson Sage, this is where you need that veteran leadership, a guy who's been the starter for 3 years. Guys, we're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Let's start to take some of that momentum back.
Yeah, and talking with Coach this week, Coach Bobby Martin, head coach for Southgate Anderson there, one of the big points was, our tempo, right? We've increased our tempo, and that does a number of things. It allows you to play fast, allows you to get ahead of the defense, but it's hard to do that when you're playing behind and playing in bad field position. So if they can get some tempo here on offense where they find some plays that work and get the players on board to block the right assignments, they get an opportunity to get back in this game just the way they operate in their tempo. But like you said, Sean, I mean, you're fighting out of your own 15-yard line. Play caller doesn't have much to work with, so you really got to try to find a way to get this ball and flip it into Trenton's territory.
Now, legal block in the back is going to move this back to the 12-yard line. Sage in the shotgun, 2 receivers split far side, 1 near side. Going to keep it on the ground, though. Some hole up the middle, out past the 15. Good darting run up to about the 18-yard line. Big, giant hole out there, and McEwen took advantage of it.
Yeah, good job there by McEwen, and good job there by number 40, Joe Dietrich, the tight end. Just sealing that edge, allowing the running back to see, hey, okay, I can go inside and go outside. Inside, he took the lane, picked up some good yards there. And that's what you want to see on first down here if you're Southgate. You want to pick up 4 or 5 yards, really try to move the sticks here early in the downs.
Playbook opens up a bit here. 2nd and 5, 2 receivers split far side, 1 near side. High snap, Sage is going to keep it. Boy, how about Sage? There's a good young man picking up a first down. You want to talk about a play that could have been disastrous. He decided, hey, the heck with this, I'm keeping it, and he ends up picking a big first down.
Yeah, really good job there by Jackson Sage of understanding, hey, I don't want to make this worse. Let me just go ahead and get upfield. And shoot, if you're the coach right now for Southgate Anderson, you see that, you're like, hey, well, maybe let's start incorporating him more in the run game. We saw a quarterback counter down at the other end of the field in the first quarter. I wouldn't be surprised if they get Jackson Sage more involved in this game just because the pass game right now isn't open and the run game is getting shut down. So if you add that extra element, that 11th element in the quarterback running, you could have some success here.
The sophomore McEwen, the lone setback on Sage, left hip. The give is to McEwen. McEwen starts one way, then goes the other. Boy, look at him dart again. Heck of a run, breaking a tackle, nearly picking up the first down. You want to talk about a fired-up run. That sophomore McEwen has this crowd on the near side making some noise.
Yeah, and someone's got to provide a spark, right? And sometimes you don't know who that's going to be. But when Nazir McEwen gets his number called this past drive, he's been doing a fantastic job of moving the ball, contact balance after being hit, driving the feet, good ball security. Look for McEwen and Jackson Sage to kind of take over this offense right now and get the momentum rolling.
McEwen's going to check out. Connor Ensign back in. Take a look at Sage. 2 receivers near side, 1 far side. 2nd and 2 from their own 37-yard line. The give is to Ensign. Ensign's got the first down and more out past the 40. Finally brought down at about the 42-yard line. A little rhythm now out of this Titan offense, Grant.
Yep. You can see the rhythm. You can see the flow. Coaches calling plays that Southgate Anderson are running and executing. The right side of the line of scrimmage right there just dominated the line of scrimmage, doing a fantastic job of blowing your guy off the ball, allowing the running back to find some yards, find some lanes. And if you're Southgate Anderson, you want to build on this, right? You want to find your tempo and keep this ball moving, get that defense tired. If you can affect their stamina, you got a chance to really exploit them.
9:05 to go here in this second quarter. Trenton up 20-7. Southgate Anderson trying to get a little something going. Another handoff. Some space over the left side. That space ran out quickly at about the 47-yard line, but not before they pick up another 5 yards.
Yeah, good pickup there. It's an inside zone. Running back's going to try to get inside. He's pressing the line of scrimmage, does a really good job of pressing it, and then gets outside. Sees that there's some room on the outside there. We call that falling off the table. He just fell off the table. Defensive end got pushed in, allowed him to get on the outside and pick up another good 5 yards on first down.
Ensign checks out. McEwen, the sophomore, checks back in. Sage, the quarterback, in the shotgun. High snap. The give is to McEwen. Boy, looked like just a miscommunication between the quarterback and the running back that time. He did all he could just to fall forward to the 46-yard line. They'll lose a yard, setting up a 3rd and 6.
Yep, moving backwards a little bit there. Nazir just a little excited, knows his number's called, just doesn't get his feet under himself. And that's what camp's for, right? You work on your footwork. You usually spend 5 to 10 minutes a day doing individual where you work on your footwork, you work on your handoffs. So that's a fixable mistake right there, and they're going to look to get him the ball, get him moving up the field.
Trip receivers far side on this 3rd and 6. One near side, Ensign on the right hip of Sage. Sage calls his own number. Up the middle, breaks one tackle, breaks another. First down into Trenton territory. That quarterback took a pop, and he kept going, Grant. Boy, he's getting his team fired up now, isn't he?
Yeah, oh yeah, providing some life right there. For a minute, it looked like he was about to get suplexed at the midfield marker, but he picks up the first down, runs through a guy, gets lifted off the ground, doesn't get suplexed, thank God, but his teammates come, back him up, get him off the pile, and say, hey, we're playing ball, let's keep it going. Jackson Sage, like you said, providing a spark right now, showing him, hey, 3rd down, I can get it done. I'm breaking these tackles, I'm moving the football. Good job by that offensive line of getting to the second level, getting hands on blockers.
Nice drive here by the Titans. Down to the Trojan 44-yard line. 2 receivers split far side, 1 near side. Ensign on the right hip of that quarterback, Jackson Sage. Back to pass out of shotgun formation. Steps up, fires. He's got a man out there. In and out of the hands of the intended receiver. Boy, Samuel Cowan was wide open. It looked like it just went through his hands, Grant.
Yeah, that's teach tape right there. If you take that, you watch Jackson Sage, takes his 3-step drop, drops, steps up in the pocket, still keeping his eyes downfield, steps, throws right to his target. Sam Cowan, it just misses him by a step. That's when he definitely wants back. A little bit more air, let him run under that one, as there's no one over top to interfere with it. That's a throw Jackson Sage really would want back.
2nd and 10, 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. They keep it on the ground. Ensign makes one man miss in the backfield, fights his way up to about the 40-yard line, setting up 3rd, and we'll call it about 6.5 yards.
And Southgate Anderson this drive has been doing a good job of staying ahead of the chains. They've been put in situations in 3rd and 6. Last set of downs, Jackson Sage pushed the chains, moved the chains there on 3rd down. Wouldn't be surprised if they get him on the perimeter, some type of roll-out pass maybe, or keep him moving with the ball.
This time the running back Ensign on the left hip. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. Sage in the shotgun. Trojans show blitz. Let's see if they bring it. They back off now into coverage. 3rd and 6.5. Sage taking his time. I think we're going to get a timeout here. We are indeed. They're going to talk about this because they're within striking distance right now, trailing 20-7. It would be in their best interest to see if they could put together a nice long drive to keep that defense off the field as well, Grant. Hey, State Champs Sports Network is giving you the power to showcase your passion. That's right, you can now submit your own videos and be part of our coverage. We want to feature your perspective on our network. Learn more at statechampsnetwork.com/fanvision. Good stuff. Do you figure out your favorite flavored crust yet?
I did. And correct me if I'm wrong, I believe it's called the turbo crust. It's everything thrown into a big old pot, mixed up, and they just slap it on all the outside. So give me every flavor, throw it all in a combination on that crust. I'll eat it all day.
I'm not going to argue too much with that. I'm the type, not only do I ask for it on my crust, but I ask for it all over the pizza, the Cajun crust. And so when I go with my family, it's like I have to get 2 different pizzas because Dad wants the Cajun crust all over the pizza. Big 3rd and long here. Fake the handoff, trying to set up the receiver screen. Some space out there, out past the 35. Falls forward, should be enough for the first down. Let's see where they mark this, Grant. I haven't seen the official spot yet, but they are going to move them forward. Absolutely they are. Boy, a big third down conversion there.
Big, and then really good, cool to see what are they going to do, right? They haven't been able to throw the ball downfield effectively besides that one pass play first quarter that scored with Thomas Lakowski. So what do you do when a quarterback needs to find a rhythm, right? You find throws that he can make that are not downfield. You throw a screen pass to your skilled player, D'Angelo Stewart, let him pick it up. Good play, good call, good conversion.
Sage has a man in motion from right to left, going to keep it on the ground to Ensign. Ensign tries the middle. Boy, a big wall of white. One of those big nasties up there grabbed him around the hip and said, "You aren't going anywhere, young man," after a gain of 1.
Nope, dragged him back, said, "Nope, you're not going anywhere." That's Luke Michaels, number 30, right there. Number 3, Ansel Fader. Both of those guys, nothing but high praise when talking to Coach this week. Just saying that those guys are the prime example of Trenton football. Just absolute motors. They don't stop. They're always looking to make tackles and get involved in the run game, and they do it just there.
I'm so glad you bring that up. I can't thank the coaches enough for their time and doing some Zoom meetings with us, Grant. You are absolutely right. Man in motion again. Sage fakes the handoff. He's going to keep it. Big hole up the middle. Look at Sage showing some athleticism past the 20, inside the 15, and finally brought down at about the 12-yard line.
Get Sage going. I mean, you kind of found on this drive what's working and what's not. Right now it's Jackson Sage, and give me more of it right now because he's pushing the ball. They're doing a good job of not just making it, stationary, hey, quarterback dive, right? They're sending motion. They're getting the defense off their toes, right? They're saying, hey, we're going to have to make you communicate, right? We're going to account for the quarterback, but if you can tackle him, go ahead. And right now he's running through tackles, moving this team down the field.
Pretty impressive drive here that started deep in their own territory. Keep it on the ground to Ensign. Ensign out past the 10, finally brought down at about the 8-yard line, but not before he picks up 5 of his own.
Really good job there by Logan Lynn, number 75, captain, center, and Xavier Willis, number 62, the right guard, of getting a good double team there on Nolan Rose, pushing him back, allowing the running back to say, hey, you know what, I see the lane, I'm going to take it, I'm going to press the line of scrimmage. And just like the rhythm in which they've been doing this drive, first down, they've been picking up 5 yards, they do it again right there.
Boy, I'm going to say it again, an impressive drive so far. When they really needed an impressive drive, Jackson Sage and this Titan offense is putting one together. They trail 20-7, but certainly threatening now with a 2nd and 5 inside the Trenton 10. Sage is going to keep it. Tries the right side. Breaks out of a tackle. Touchdown, Titans. Oh, Jackson Sage did a little bit of everything. And there's that veteran leadership that we talked about. When you needed a play most, the veteran steps up.
Steps up, and he's been doing it this whole drive. And right now the formula is Jackson Sage, and then Jackson Sage, and then some more Jackson Sage. And mix in some Nazir McEwen in there, but really good job, really good play call there. Read option with a lead blocker if the quarterback decides to pull. He does. He gets a good block, fits inside. And as we've seen this drive, it's not, it's going to take more than one guy to tackle Jackson Sage.
Point after attempt forthcoming. It's a big one here, I might add, with a miss earlier. Snap down, kick is up, but they are going to whistle this down. False start out there. Boy, you don't want to move it back, that's for sure.
And you're going to see, here, first week of the season, right, you're going to see a lot of those mistakes. You're going to see a lot of guys, a lot of penalties, a lot of guys making simple mistakes. That always gets cleaned up here week 2, week 3. But you're coming off of playing only yourself. You get the 4-way scrimmage leading up to the first week, but you've been playing yourself each day in practice, right? Your own team. The emotions are high. You want to go hit somebody else. You get out here. You don't know really how to control them just yet, and that's where the penalties start coming, and that's why we've been seeing so many here early on.
Well, the equivalency of about 25-yard field goal, snap down, kick up, no problem. Kick is good. Put it well high in the air, but plenty of leg there as you take a look at the dynamic Jackson Sage.
And just look at him run through. He's bringing the energy right now. And if there's a spark that needs to be lit, he's lighting it right now. Really good job of Jackson Sage of understanding, reading the defense, not saying, hey, all right, well, if the read is there, I'm not going to force it. Just plays it within his system, and they just put together a huge drive to cut this to a one-score lead here.
Hey, when you are looking for the tools that will turn your curiosity into magic, look no further than Lawrence Tech University. Go to ltu.edu for more information. Lawrence Tech University, be curious, make magic. Hey, I want to give a shout out to my buddy. I can call him my buddy. I would hope that he would call me his buddy.
Absolutely.
But Coach Merchant and the Blue Devil football team.
Hey, exciting stuff over there. Exciting stuff. Excited to see what they look like. Had the opportunity to call some games last year over there, calling some this year, and you know, having covered, you know, Coach Scott Merchant, fellow Brother Rice alum. You know, kind of keep eyes on the fellow alums. Did a heck of a job at Chippewa Valley. You end up winning a state title there. You know, got those guys playing really hard. You know, put Chippewa Valley, you know, on the map. And then got offered an opportunity to go coach at Lawrence Tech, and it's a big challenge, right? And you know, I think that, you know, Coach Scott Merchant is the guy for it, and be excited to see how he integrates that program.
Short kick, takes a sideways bounce, but taken at the 18. Look at Rooney, 30, 40, 45, out past the 50, ball is loose, recovered by the Titans. Oh my goodness gracious. Momentum decided to move from the east to the west, and all of a sudden the Titans have a whole heck of a lot of it on this near sideline.
And I'm sitting here in the booth tapping Sean. I'm like, all right, touchdown, but be careful. It's just the kicker, but don't give up on the play. Adonis Galladay does a fantastic job, number 27, of finishing the play, getting on Ashton Rooney. It's always the guy you don't see that causes the fumble. Right there, Ashton Rooney's looking for 6, thinks he's got the kicker to beat. Adonis Galladay comes up behind, pops it out. It gives them an opportunity here to go tie this thing up, if not take the lead here at the end of the second quarter.
Well, now all of a sudden, the Trojans' defense has been on the field for a long time. So let's see if perhaps, dare I say, they look for some quick change here. Sage shotgun formation, 2 receivers far side. They're going to keep it on the ground. Ensign, not a lot of room. Had to work his way forward just to pick up 3 feet, setting up a 2nd and 9.
And this is where, if you're Southgate Anderson, you're paying attention. You say, hey, we've been on the field. This last drive was, 8+ plays. This drive could be the same. You're really just trying to wear down that defense. You start seeing guys starting to bend over, getting up a little bit slower from the pile. That wasn't the case in the first quarter. They were hungry. They were jumping around, stopping you for short gains. And now you have the opportunity to kind of turn that tempo up, something that you pride yourself in. That could really be to their benefit here late in the second quarter.
McEwen in at running back. We've seen a lot of McEwen, a lot of Ensign. 2 receivers near side, 1 far side. Looks like a passing down. They say no, sir. And not a good decision there. All over that. The Trojans smelling it out. Brock Culpepper single-handedly blows that up back to the 39-yard line.
And boy, does Brock Culpepper look like your typical high school hard-nosed linebacker. Got the neck brace, the sleeve, the swag looks good, number 9, I got to say. But Brock Culpepper right there flies in unblocked. He was one of their leading tacklers last season. A senior, 5'10", 200 pounds, a guy that they really count on in the middle of that linebacking core to make a difference. Right there, he shows up.
3rd and 12 now. Sage in the shotgun with 2 receivers near side. Sage back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. Fires. Has a man out there. In and out of his hands. Boy, I think he knew that the contact was coming very, very soon, but a heck of an effort out there, just the same by Seth Bodery.
Yeah, and Trenton there goes too high shell, meaning there's going to be 2 safeties, meaning the middle of the field's open. Southgate Anderson running vertical routes. Slot receivers have the opportunity to bend it inside, right? You want to bend to the open field. That would be the middle of the field. Right there, Jackson Sage sits on it a little too long. Seth Bodery crosses the other side of the field. If he gets on Seth a little sooner, that's going to be a completion, and there won't be the contact, and Seth's going to be able to come down with that. So if Jackson can see it, get it out quicker, he's got an opportunity to put it on Seth and let him run with it after that one.
Well, Ashton Rooney wants to make amends for that fumble. He stands on his own 21-yard line, awaiting this punt from Exner. High booming punt. Takes a bounce straight up in the air. Now takes a Titan bounce before kind of settling down at about the 23-yard line. Hey, the Construction Association of Michigan provides a vast array of resources, services, information, and training to our diverse membership in Michigan's construction industry. Go to buildwithcam.com TrentonTimes.com for more info. 2:27 to go here in this second quarter. Boy, we've had an exciting one here so far tonight. Our doubleheader, Trenton Trojans with a 20-14 lead over the Southgate Anderson Titans. Let's see what Haddad and the Trojan offense have up their sleeve. The give is to Rooney. Rooney over to the left side. Space out past the 30. First down up to about the 34-yard line.
And that's you got to be Simon Sound here, especially on those plays, right? You get the runs that keep going to the right, going right, toss, sweep, pitch. Then they got Ashton Rooney lined up in the wing. They run a little counter action, get him running back to the other side, a little misdirection. Picks up some good yards here. And if you're Southgate Anderson, you're just telling your guys, hey, let's stay assignment sound, let's tackle, keep everything inside, know where your help's at. Don't allow any explosive plays, and let's try to use this clock and get to this second half here without any points here on this drive.
Eye behind the quarterback, Rooney, set up near side. Looking to be a blocker here. Pitch, not a lot of space. Out past the 35, up to about the 38. We'll give him 3 yards, setting up a 2nd and 7. Now the clock a factor, 1:50 to go.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see, kind of what Trenton's game plan is when they don't have time, right? They're an offense that loves to have time on their side. They want to wind the clock down. They haven't, to my knowledge, to my stats, they haven't thrown a pass yet. So they're lulling them to sleep. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a pass, coming on this drive if they need it with no time left, trying to get the ball downfield, try to get some points here before the end of the first half.
2nd and 7. Haddad going to hand it off to Ashton Rooney. Hit, but falls forward. Boy, it's very rare you see this kid not fall forward. Even after contact, the yards after contact, he's such a force, keeps those legs moving, falls forward to about the 43-yard line. Hey, coming up at the half, we head to the State Champs studio as we announce our first top 10 for the Mr. Football and Anvil Award, delivered by Hungry Howie's. That and more here on the State Champs Game Time Live. 3rd down, Haddad, keeper, out past the first down into Titan territory at the 47-yard line.
And if you're Trenton here, your eyes are on the clock. You got to pay attention to that. Trying to get this ball, in field goal range. If that's your option, if that's what you want to do, good job there by Drew Carson picking up 4 or 5 yards. But at some point, you got to try to pick up some chunk here if you want to end with some points here on this drive.
They've got 2 timeouts, choosing to use them judiciously. Haddad under center, going to pitch it to Rooney. Rooney picks up the block. Good job stepping up there. How about number 9 for the Southgate Anderson Titans? A kid by the name of Jackson Sage stepping up.
Jackson Sage, aggressive in the run game is what coaches told us him at quarterback and at DB, what he was going to do on defense, and he was aggressive right there, stepped up, made a secure tackle. Those are the tackles where you got to really wrap up.
Quarterback safety. Well, you got to love that. Pitch to Rooney, far side. Boy, he's got a lot of real estate. First down and more. Makes a cut at the 30, 25, 20. Gets outside, then back inside. Inside the 10, finally brought down at the 4-yard line. But time has run out in this first half. Oh, they nearly went all the way, and it goes to show you how explosive that young man is.
Who needs passing when you got Ashton Rooney that can just get it on the ground? Really good job there. They rocket toss it, get the perimeter, but they corral him there before the touchdown there as time expires.
Oh, boy, something to keep an eye on. Rooney limping a little bit. Rooney limping to the far sideline. Boy, you don't want to see that happen to anybody. He kind of called off a trainer, as I can see from the far side here, so hopefully he is okay. But an entertaining first half, to put it mildly. Grant Perry sees the Trenton Trojans with a 20-14 lead over Southgate Anderson Titans. See the bands coming on the field here at the PKC. Can't thank our friends from Detroit Sports Commission enough. Check out everything at DetroitSports.org. Can't thank our crew here enough for all the work they've done so far. Most importantly, can't thank you guys enough for the work that you're putting into watching us. We greatly appreciate it. Your score at halftime, Trojans 20, Titans 14. As mentioned, we are going to throw it to our halftime festivities. Really looking forward to seeing our first top 10 list for both the Player of the Year and the Anvil Award. But in the meantime, why don't we throw it down to our own Kara Lyles. Kara?
Coach Ashton Rooney has been very active so far in this game. 2 touchdowns there in the first half. What do you like from him so far?
Well, number one, he's our leader. He's our returning scoring leader from last year, and everything's going to be on his shoulders. He's got to have a great big second half for us, and the rest of the team's got to stop making small mistakes, and we got to come out and play.
Yeah, well, Jackson Sage got his run game there late in the second quarter. How do you guys address that in the locker room?
We got to tackle is what we got to do. We got to be a lot better tackling. We got a lot better being disciplined and making sure people aren't running down the field with no one on them.
Coach, thanks so much. Good luck the second half.
Very much, and thank you indeed as well. 20-14, your score here at halftime. Don't you go anywhere. We are going to give you our first look at the Anvil and the Player of the Year here on the State Champs Network.
Everyone knows you call Sam if you're injured in an accident.
Everyone knows we're Michigan's first family of law.
Everyone knows about our no-fee guarantee. There's never a fee until we win your case.
Everyone knows the Bernstein Advantage.
Everyone knows we've got a winning record, over $3.5 billion recovered.
Tell me something I don't know. Everyone knows Call Sam.
1-800-CALL-SAM is the best call you'll ever make after an accident.
Injured? You know what to do. Call Sam.
At Hungry Howie's, we're famous for flavor, and this is our Chief Flavor Officer. Every hour of every day, our CFO obsesses over the tastiest ingredients to craft the most delicious flavored crust pizzas at the most unbelievable prices. And he's making this summer the summer of flavor. Try Hungry Howie's all-new Backyard Burger Pizza, or pick up a Pickle Bacon Ranch Pizza for a limited time only. Order a large for just $14.99 each.
Hungry?
Howie's! Looking for a score, a schedule, a story? MHSAA.com has you covered. Our newly redesigned website has everything you need to follow high school sports in Michigan. And it's optimized for mobile use. Fans can submit scores on a Friday night, check playoff pairings and game times, or read about the student athletes from your community. Your first stop is MHSAA.com. Connect with us online and get everything you need all in one place.
Hi, I'm Rachel Stewart. Today, Gardner White would like to put to rest who's the #1 mattress store in Detroit. During our Labor Day sale, we've lowered prices on every mattress, so we can promise the very best mattress prices in Detroit, along with no interest financing for up to 88 months. Plus, free power bases, free TVs, MasterCards, and free same-day delivery. A $500 value over the competition. This is why one mattress store stands all alone at the top. Gardner White, Detroit's #1 mattress store.
What's up, Michigan? Ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. It's football season, which means it's time to begin the run for this year's Mr. Football Award. My name is Lauren Plant. This is Sean Belizean. As always, Shawnee, so good to see you. Number 17, we will determine this year who will be the next Mr. Football.
Isn't it insane? 2008, we were literally using all our fingers and toes trying to figure out how many of these we've done, but this is going to be a huge year, Lauren. Every year is, but man, we feel really good about this field this year. We talk about it every year. It just keeps going like this. This product just keeps going like this. And of course, our list is doing the exact same thing.
Absolutely. On your screen now, you'll see that this is not a senior-only award. We're looking for the best football player in the state. I'll explain more on how it works a little bit later. But first, let's get to the guy we want to talk about, the guy who's #1 on our list right now, and for good reason, going to LSU.
He might be the #1 recruit in the nation. It depends which service you're looking at. We've heard about his name since his freshman year, and all he's done is prove why his name deserves to be out there nationwide. And of course, we're talking about Bryce Underwood from Belleville, 6'3.5", 205 pounds, 40-2 record as a starter. 40-2. Did we mention he's got a whole nother season to go? He's got 141 total touchdowns. As you said, he made the decision to go to LSU, but if you look at his recruiting pages, he was recruited by everybody. He had visits. There's a reason. He is absolutely explosive. No doubt about it. No brainer. The top choice right now. But as we've seen, Lauren, we point this out every year,
looks can be deceiving. Sometimes the guy who's leading the way, when you apply our criteria, and of course, crunch time, sometimes it doesn't always work out that way. But right now, make no mistake about it, it's Bryce Underwood right now at the top of this list.
And before I get to the criteria, I do want to let you guys know that got a little update this week, and we always want to give a shout out to the guys who came before. And in 2016, a young man named Cody White was named the Michigan Mr. Football Award. He is doing his thing in Seattle. In fact, check this play out right here.
Howell airing it out down the left sideline, and it is caught. Stay up, Cody White stays up, and how about that response for your Seattle Seahawks?
Unbelievable to see the guys who have come before and who are still making an impact in the league.
It's not a secret anymore. I mean, you talk to people that follow this nationally, and Michigan is really known as a place that is producing players and talent players as well. It isn't just the big old linemen. It isn't just the big old D linemen. No. You're seeing talent all across the board, and this year certainly, Lauren, no exception to that rule.
Absolutely. So what you can do is go to our website, statechampsnetwork.com. You want to click on the contest tab, and then you also want to click on Mr. Football. That's where you can vote for the award. It's important to vote for the award because the leading vote getter can never be removed from the race. However, this is fluid. It's kind of like the Heisman Trophy. We're going to have players play their way in and play their way off the list. So you need to go ahead and vote for your guy. It's so important.
Every year, to the people new to this, I know there are probably people right now saying, well, my guy isn't on the list. That doesn't mean that he won't be on the list in a week or two. Lauren, we've had guys go off the list and then come back on the list. I mean, again, I think that's a testament to the amount of talent in this state, but you have a big part of it. You can have a say in this. We live and literally breathe with our criteria. That is the basis to everything we do. We've had some Zoom meetings. We've all been in the room where we went back and forth, but at the end of the day, we feel really good about this criteria, and we feel really good about applying it to this entire process.
So let's have a great race. Let's have a great time. Good luck to all the guys out there, and we'll see who and how this race evolves over time. But for right now, go to statechampsnetwork.com, do your part, vote, and we will see you next week. And welcome back to another season of the State Champs Anvil Award. This is the award made and for the trench dwellers. My name is Lauren Plant. This young man is Ron Talley, and Ron is going to be our analyst for this season here on the Anvil Award. I know there are people watching right now who'll be like, Ron Talley, yeah, I remember Ron Talley. But for those who don't, just get them quickly familiar with where you started and where you went.
All right, thank you. Yes, my name is Ronald Talley. I'm a Detroit native, Renaissance High School over in Detroit, Notre Dame, Delaware, played in the NFL from 2009 to 2015. And, it's just a blessing to be here and still involved with a game that's taken me so far and helped me to mature into a much older man as I am now.
Wow. And what a voice, right? He's got a voice made for this. He was definitely born for this kind of work. And he's got a lot of experience when we're talking about guys who play the line. As you're looking on your screen right now, we have our initial top 10 for the Anvil Award. And let me explain a little bit about what's different about any other award season that we've had as it relates to the Anvil. So typically what we would always look for is the top linebacker or lineman in the state. Now, with the way that football has changed, a lot of times the linebackers are oftentimes, at least the key linebackers, oftentimes are so athletic, so versatile, so good that you find them in the backfield on the offensive side. Moving forward, this is going to be how we celebrate the Anvil Award. We're only going to honor those who play offensive or defensive lines, and oftentimes in high school, you're playing both ways.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The best guys, the best skilled and big skilled guys, I'm glad that we got them out of the way so we can get a big fella some love. Yeah. The guys that pave the way, the guys that make the sounds of the game what they are, and the biggest, fastest, most accurate moving huge gladiators in the sport, which is part of, what we love. It's like chewing on a big steak when you're in there, and that violence, like every chew is like every play, just giving it to another athlete out there on the field.
That's right. We love that. And don't worry, the guys who are playing both ways, being linebacker, being running back, whatever they're doing, working as receiver, they will be available to be in the Mr. Football conversation. So if we're talking about somebody like a Jeremiah Beasley and those types of gentlemen, they are going to definitely be recognized for their skill set. So they will be recognized here, though. We're again talking about the linemen. So as you look once again at the top 10 on your screen, we've got a bunch of Big Ten guys who have already committed. We also have somebody that's going to Kentucky. We do have a junior on our list, and what that means is we're looking for the best lineman in the state. So it is not a senior award. You can win this award as a junior, maybe even a sophomore if you have that much skill. So understand that. We're going to talk about voting towards the end of this conversation, but let's get to the player profile that we have decided to do today. And that is, so far, our number one player on the list. His name is Avery Gatch, and he plays for Birmingham Groves.
If you look at this 6'5", 290-pound frame, you see someone with long arms, able to move, and I'll tell you what I really like. He likes to dominate people. And I'm not just saying that physically, all right, he imposes his will. I'm talking about his mentality is fierce. He wants to beat the mess out of his opponents. And that's really what you want to see about the game. He puts his hands on guys, and I'm sure in those pads that there's a sound and impact, because on his film, you can see him here, starting at the line of scrimmage. Next thing you know, he's 5, 10, 15 yards down the field, throwing another opponent down on the ground and just laying on them and getting up slow.
I do want to give a lot of love and a shout out to our former analyst, Tim Beckler. He was here for many, many years. We appreciate Ron being here, but Tim still wants to be involved with this award, and we appreciate that he is. He did say this when it came to Avery Gatch, said, wow, he takes great pride in his blocking, moves very well laterally and at the second level. He's very under control at contact or in his blocking fit, but what a finisher. Says dominant offensive tackle. I would like to see him against a big guy, however. That he thinks is might be the competition that he can really rank him when it comes to. Said he plays a little high, but it doesn't hurt him against the smaller guy.
That's true. And here's what I would say. He has the athleticism and the quickness to get out there against a safety or to pull around and go hit a fast linebacker. Let's also add this in as far as competition, because you never know until you get there. But this past offseason, right after he committed to Michigan, he went to the Rivals 5-star camp, just ranked as a 4-star offensive lineman, fairly unknown to the worldwide or the nationally ranked scene, right? He goes in there to the Rivals camp, wins offensive line MVP as a 4-star guy. So we're going to see him nationally become recognized, as a powerhouse offensive lineman.
Here's how the voting works if you've never participated in this before. We will have a top 10 list. This list may have players fall in and out. Maybe they get injured. Maybe they just aren't performing as well as we had expected them to. Whatever the rationale may be, they may fall off the list, kind of like a Heisman Trophy race, as it were, and others may actually play their way in. They're doing such a great job that we have to take somebody off the list because we can only keep 10. Now, when it comes to voting, the number one guy, so the person who has the most votes, can never be removed from the competition. No matter how well or poorly we feel, or Ron feels, or Beckler feels he is performing, he stays on the list because he's the people's champ. They want to see him there, and that's how you weigh in. So if your community rises up and says, hey, yeah, he might have had a few bad weeks, we're keeping him in the competition, he's going to stay there. If he wins the online vote at the end of the season, he will have an opportunity to automatically be in our Final Four and automatically have a slight advantage to win the whole thing. However, we will choose the other 3, and there is a criteria that we follow. You can find that on our website as well. Go to statechampsnetwork.com, click on the contest page, and then, of course, click on the State Champs AMBL Award. Ron?
Hey, I look forward to doing this for the first time with State Champs. What an honor. And again, we love all of the dogs in the trenches, the top dogs, the underdogs, everybody that's been putting in the work in the trenches. And we know this Michigan weather is going to change week by week. So people that stand out, we don't care if you're a 5'9" guy. We don't care if you're a 300-pound guy or a 170-pound guy. If you're performing and you deserve it, you will get it.
And you will be on our list. All right, we'll see you next week.
My name is Dan, and I have dealt with family heating and cooling for 20 years plus. As property manager, I use family heating and cooling because they're honest, they're on time, and fair priced. I would definitely recommend family heating and cooling for their services.
Family is not just our name, it's the way we do business.
My father chose the name Family Heating because he wanted our company to treat everyone like family. Contact us today for your heating, cooling, and electrical needs, and you'll see the difference family makes.
With eyes raised above what is, there is a view of what could be. Beyond all known horizons are visions of an unformed future, brimming with curiosity that can change everything. When looking for the technology and tools that will turn your curiosity into magic, look no further. Lawrence Technological University. Be curious. Make magic.
A high score.
A big win.
These things are impressive.
But it's what you don't see that counts.
The years of honing our skills.
The late nights and early mornings.
Pushing through even when it hurts.
The teamwork.
The dedication.
You don't see the hours of practice our team puts into winning games, but it pays off on the field.
And you don't see the years of practice our attorneys put into winning cases, but it pays off in the courtroom. The Detroit Lions.
And 1-800-CALL-SAM.
Winning for you.
All right, welcome back in. Halftime here. Trenton with a 20-14 lead over Southgate Anderson. Entertaining first half, to say the least, Grant Perry, before we throw it down to Kara Lyles for some of her thoughts on what we saw in the first half and certainly what we might see in the second half. Grant, your take on the first half?
Yeah, I think, Trenton got out to a fast start, set the tempo here early. Ashton Rooney, obviously, has been the difference maker here offensively for Trenton. So Southgate Anderson, first thing, how do we stop him? How do we limit his ability to affect the game? Secondly, Southgate Anderson started finding momentum there. Keep that momentum into the second half.
Let's throw it down to the third and very important member of our broadcast team, Miss Kara Lyles. Kara?
Welcome back here to Wayne State University. Third quarter about to be underway. I was able to catch up with Southgate Anderson head coach before they came back out on the field, and he said a couple things they addressed in the locker room. Need to be physical up front. Another thing, we saw Jackson Sage start that run game there late in the second quarter. We'll see if he can keep it up here in the second half, guys.
Kara, thank you very much. Appreciate everything you're doing down on the field. As I mentioned, the invaluable third member of our broadcast team. Trenton set to receive. Kicking to the south end zone. Towards the Wren set. Deep kick taken by Rooney at about the 8-yard line. 15, 20, 25 makes a cut, 30, knocked out of bounds at about the 33-yard line. So that is where this Trojan offense will take over. A Trojan offense, Grant Perry, that took advantage of some good field position in the first half.
Yeah, they did. They really capitalized with the field position that they were given. Really was winning the field battle all the first half. Towards the end of the towards the end of the first half there, Southgate Anderson found some room, found some fight and crawled back. But there really hasn't been an answer here for this Trenton offense. I mean, they've first half they've had 1 punt, 3 touchdowns, 2 by Ashton Rooney, 1 by Drew Haddad. So, if you're Southgate, you got to try to limit Trenton's ability to move the ball here. Keep it short on first down, short on second down, win third down, get off the field, keep that momentum on offense.
I formation, receiver split each side. Haddad looks to the left, looks to the right, just underway here in this third quarter. Late pitch there, good job by the quarterback, out past the 40, out past the first down, and more, out almost to the midfield stripe. Good, hard run there by the Trojans. Once again, this time, Brennan Gulliver on the run.
Good job there by Brennan Gulliver. Talking to Coach this week, Brennan Gulliver is a guy that has really come onto the scene here. Just showing that he can pick up the pieces, where if Ashton Rooney doesn't get his number called, Brennan Gulliver's another guy that can complement this offense. And Jackson Sage right there with the tackle. Got out leverage on that play. Like to see him try to contain Gulliver. But nonetheless, first down here, Trenton's moving.
The deep back is Rooney. He gets the call. Pushes it past the midfield stripe, falls forward to about the 49-yard line. Give him 2 hard-earned yards, setting up a 2nd and 8.
Really good job there. They're just going to go counter. Ashton Rooney at the tailback position, gets the handoff. 2 pullers at the point of attack. Really good job there by Connor Ensign of just stepping up, not giving any room to the pullers, just putting your hat into the play and stopping them for a short gain. That's what you got to do here if you're Southgate. Limit to 1, 2, 3 yards here each down, and then win third down.
2nd and 8. Just into Titan territory. Haddad sends a man in motion. That's Rooney. He's going to keep it. He's hit it about the 42, falls forward, very close to the first down. I think he's going to be just about a foot short, Grant.
Yeah, it looks like it's close from this angle. The nose of the football could be on it, but see what the stripes here decide.
Third down it is. Keeper all the way up to the 41-yard line. A big third down here. Just underway in the third quarter. Clock running 10:40 to go. In this third quarter, Trenton with a 20-14 lead. Haddad under center. Man in motion is Rooney. Keeps it. Hit at the line of scrimmage. Falls forward. Good second and third effort to push it out to the 38 for a first down for the Trojans.
Yeah, and the way that Trenton sets up the offense, right? You got Ashton Rooney on a wing, assuming hey he might go in motion and he might get that toss. So if you're a linebacker, right, you're getting beat up the middle. You got Drew Carson, you got Drew Haddad that are winning in between the tackles. As a linebacker, as a D lineman, it's hard, right? You want to be able to be prepared for that sweep or that toss, which Ashton Rooney's been kind of killing you on so far. But here, they're running it up the middle, so you got to be able to respect the outside, but also play inside here. Right now, Drew Haddad is playing games right now with the linebacking core.
Fresh set of downs. Another man in motion. The give is to Rooney. Rooney out past the 35, spins his way out of a tackle all the way up to the 30-yard line. Grant, I'm going to say it again. This kid just falls forward.
He does. His stature, standing. A good size, 6'1", 180 pounds. He's taller than most of the guys out there, but he's also more athletic than most of the guys out there. So if he gets to one side, he's able to break through an arm tackle and fall forward. And right now, Trenton's putting themselves in a good position, staying ahead of the chains.
2nd and 3 for the Trojans, just shy of the 30-yard line. Keeper, Haddad stood up, but boy, what a strong effort. How about that leg strength? Looked like he was literally lifting guys off the ground and pushing his way for the first down. How about that for a squat?
Yeah, they're asking a lot of Drew Haddad right now. He's getting hit right at the line of scrimmage, and that was part of the reason that played into him earning this position, earning the right to be the starting quarterback here for the Trenton Trojans, is just his durability, able to run in between the tackles, but get up after each play and get back to the huddle. A.J. Hawkins is the backup, but a little bit smaller stature. Drew gives them the bigger body, more physical attributes in the run game.
Single back set this time. Carson, the deep back. He gets it up the middle. The battering ram does what battering rams do. Punches it out past the 25 up to the 24-yard.
Good old-fashioned wedge play right there. Every lineman steps inside, right and left side, and they're just looking to get a push up front. Really good job. They just hand the ball off to Drew Carson, going downhill as fast as he can. Talking with Coach, he said he's got not a funky, more a unique running style. Head over toes, shoulders over toes, always trying to lean forward, get that extra yard. And he's doing a good job, him and Drew, of controlling the middle of the field right now.
Well, this is the kind of drive the Trojans love. You know that. They're eating up some clock and moving the ball down the field. They lead 20-14, threaten again at the 23-yard line. Pitch this time. Look at Ashton out past the 20, close to the first down, but just short. Big third down, forthcoming. Ashton Rooney with the carry. Good tackle out there near sideline. Big 3rd and 1, Grant.
3rd and 1 here, beating you on the outside, beating you on the inside. I wouldn't be surprised if they leave this into, to Drew's hands here, give him the opportunity here, either keep it or give it to Drew Carson, number 10, up the middle.
Carson, the lone setback. Haddad, under center, man in motion. He's got the first down and more inside the 15. Finally, gang tackled at about the 10-yard line. Boy, that kid won't go down. We talked about his leg strength. He just showed it there.
Yeah, he has a great understanding of the defense. Talking with Coach Reggie Glahn here this week, just giving them the opportunity. Hey, he has the ability to say, if we like to run the right side, we'll run to the right. If he wants to run to the left, he'll call it to the left. So he's got some freedom in decisions, and he just picks, hey, if the defense is shifted to the right, we're going to go run left. Really good job there, just snapping it, taking one step back, essentially a quarterback sneak, and picks up the first down.
1st and goal from the 10-yard line. I formation, 2 receivers split far side. Inside handoff. Carson plows his way out past the 5 down, close to the 4-yard line. I think they're going to say his knee hit at the 5, but give him 5 on that first down carry.
And this is Trenton's DNA right here. I mean, you open up the second half, they get the ball to start, and you're going to get a heavy dose of the triple option. And right now they're running it to perfection. 3-4 yards in a cloud of dust every run. Really just breaking Southgate Anderson's will right now. And if you're Southgate Anderson, you want to try your best to keep them out of the end zone because time is not in your favor at the moment.
2nd and goal from the 5. Keeper Haddad hit, falls forward, maybe gets to the 3. Let's see where they mark it, setting up a 3rd and goal from the 3-yard line. You nailed it, partner. This is Trenton football. What they're doing right now is in their DNA.
It's their DNA. When you go to Trenton, you're going to get in that triple option system. And right now, they got the players that are running it to perfection. I mean, Drew Carson up the middle. Drew Haddad is facilitating as the point guard quarterback role really well, getting it out to his guys. Ashton Rooney is that exclamation mark right now for this offense. Don't be surprised if they try to get Ashton Rooney here on the edge.
3rd and goal. Are we in 4-down territory? We'll find out. Haddad hit at the line of scrimmage and pushed back. Well, I just asked, are we in 4-down territory? I think we're going to find out the answer momentarily. 4th and goal from the 3-yard line. And they're going to keep the offense out there, Grant.
Yep, absolutely. You wouldn't want it any other way if you're on the offense. And same on the defense. You got an opportunity here to get off the field with a stop.
Flag on the play. Illegal formation. That's big.
That might alter the decision here.
So we'll move it back to 3rd down. 3rd and goal from the 8-yard line. I think we got a timeout on the field. We do indeed. Trenton's going to discuss this. In the meantime, I can tell you about our friends from Ulta. Ulta Equipment Company knows when it comes to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. Ulta Equipment partners with the biggest names in construction. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ULTA. That's 844-GO-2-ALTA. Cannot thank Ulta and all of our sponsors enough. Hey, listen, high school football is huge in the state of Michigan now, Grant. It's amazing. It was when you were playing, but I think even going back 10 years, as big as it was then, it's even bigger now.
Yeah, absolutely. And you think of why or how, and it's just the technology and the ability to expose players to different communities and getting their names out there. And there's no better time to be a high school football player than now, especially if you want to play at the next level. Recruitment is at an all-time high. The ability to showcase your skills in Michigan, you're considered one of the best, football states in the country. So being able to do it at a high level here in Michigan right now has its benefits, that's for sure.
I formation, 3rd and goal from the 8-yard line. Haddad back to pass, throws. Is it caught? One hand incomplete. Boy, oh boy, I thought Ashton Rooney made a heck of an effort to try to pull that in. He's making a case that he caught it. The official saying, no, sir, no, sir. Let's take a look at this replay.
Here you go. First pass of the game here. They're going to line Ashton Rooney out to the right. It's just a play-action pass. They're going to throw a fade route. Fade routes don't have a high completion percentage, especially in the end zone when the defensive back has a lot, doesn't have a lot of room to cover. But when you got a guy in Ashton Rooney, you're going to trust him. They go up against Isaiah Davison right there, and Isaiah Davison gets away with a little hold there, and Ashton Rooney's pushing off a little bit too. So good no call by the ref, but that's a good battle right there. And Trenton goes to the air for the first time.
He nearly brought that in one-handed. What an incredible athlete that is. 4th and goal from the 8-yard line. The pitch to Rooney. He's hit. Ball is loose, and it's blown up. The Titans make a big stand and put the ball back in the offense's hands.
What a play right there. I mean, and excuse me, I thought the last play was 4th down. This is 4th down here. They go back to Rooney. They try to get him on the edge. Rooney's trying to make anything happen, understanding that you have to do anything and everything in your ability to get across that line of scrimmage, and they get tackled in the fumble right there.
Hey, did you guys know Trenton and Southgate Anderson have played each other before at the Prep Kickoff Classic? This is back in 2015. It would be all Trenton as they shut out the Titans on that day by a score of 37-0. The Trojans finished that season with a winning record of 9-2. Boy, there have been some great games here in the past, and this one is shaping up to be a great one. 2014, Trenton on top, but after a 1st and goal situation for the Trojans, the Titan defense stood up here, Grant Perry, forced them out, and they're going to take over on their own 12-yard line.
Yeah, what a stand. And you got the opportunity here to pick up where that momentum left off there in that first half if you're Southgate Anderson's offense. And just keep in mind, too, I mean, you're down 1 score. You have the opportunity to take the lead with an extra point if you do score a touchdown. So play in your system here. No need to rush anything. If the play comes, take it. If not, have a good long drive here. Try to switch the clock back into your favor there, because if you do take the lead, you kind of force Trenton's hand to have to move a little faster than they may want to.
5:40 to go here in this 3rd quarter. Trenton on top 20-14, but Southgate Anderson, Titans trying to take back a little of that momentum after a big defensive stop. Now let's see if the offense can repay that defense. Once again, bringing his team on the field, Jackson Sage, the veteran. This time in the backfield, McEwen stands on his left hip. The give is to McEwen. He is buried. How about stepping up and making a big play there? Ansel Fodder. Oh, baby, blew that up.
Yeah, really good play there by Ansel Vader. Talking with Coach this week, he said he runs to the ball. I mean, you put him at any linebacker position, he's just a hustler. They called him the key to the 4-3. He's the tackle for loss defender, and right there does his job exactly how they want it. Tackled the running back there for a loss. Flew to the football. Looks like he had an opportunity to get to the edge. Ansel Fader shut that down quickly.
Loss of 2 on the play. They faked the end around keeper this time. How about Sage? Good move there at about the 12 to dive forward. Just out past the 15, but as it is, a 3rd and long situation now for the Titans.
Yeah, Jackson Sage in the run game, he's got some good patience, letting his blocks develop. Right there, it looked like he wanted to bounce it, and that's what most players want to do. They want to get to the outside. They think that's where all the free running is. Does a good job letting the blockers progress, gets a few yards inside of the block, sets up a more manageable 3rd down here in your own area.
McEwen stays in. The lone setback, we've got 2 receivers split outside, 2 inside. 3rd and 7. McEwen was going to leave the backfield for a second. Now he lines up on Sage left hip. Shotgun formation. Sage back to pass. Rolling near side, throwing near side. Incomplete. Play didn't have a chance for whatever reason. Just smelled out nicely for the Trojans. And the Trojan defense makes their statement, forcing the Titans into a punt situation.
Yeah, and it looks like Trenton there rotated into more of a man coverage look. The receivers at the bottom of the screen there, had some man coverage type routes. Inside receiver had a whip route where he whips inside, makes it look like a slant, comes back out. Just didn't sell it hard enough. The cornerback sat on it, was able to shut it down, and Jackson Sage had to throw it to the sideline, hoping someone can get it. And Trenton gets off the field here on 3rd down.
Ashton Rooney standing back deep on his own 43-yard line, awaiting the punt from Logan Exner. The sophomore awaits the snap. He gets it away. Line drive kick. Short kick. Takes a Titan bounce. 45. out past the 50, and it's going to be down at about the 47-yard line. So that's where this Trojan offense takes over. 4:08 to go here in this third quarter. Trenton Trojans 20, the Southgate Anderson Titans 14. Big possession here for both teams, Grant.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think if you're in Trenton's huddle right now, if you're the coach, you're telling your players, hey, look up at the clock. You see 4 minutes left in this third quarter. These are where the practices come into play, right? All off-season camp, you lead up to these moments, right? These situational aspects of the game, right? Go win this 4 minutes right here in this third quarter. Go up 2 scores, own the clock, score with no time left on that third quarter. I think that's the goal here for Trenton here. Eat the clock, keep the ball moving, and get yourself in a position to score.
Dad looking over the defense. Good field position once again for the Trojans. We've said that a bunch of times. The give is the deep back. Out past the 50 into Titan territory. Once again, that is Drew Carson, the battering ram.
Number 10, the ball
all the way up to the 47-yard line. Give him 5 on that first down carry.
Yeah, it looks like he might be cramping. Hopefully it's just a cramp. Won't speculate on anything, but that time of year, first game of the year, you don't know how to control the emotions and the flow. Usually gets the cramps. I cramped at least twice here at my time playing in the Prep Kickoff Classic. So hopefully he gets some fluids and gets back in there.
Well, let's have another flashback here for a second. Southgate Anderson has been known for their cheerleading program. They have won 3 Division I state titles in a row, 2011, 2012, and 2013. How about that? Always entertaining for the fans, no doubt about that. Cheesy segue in the broadcast business. This game has been entertaining as well, Grant Perry. 20-14, Trenton on top of Southgate Anderson by a score of 20-14. Nice to see Carson walk off the field under his own power. I'm with you. Let's hope it's a cramp. I don't want to see anybody get hurt. No way, no how. Water, bananas, whatever the case may be. Just get that cramp out. All right, 2nd and 5. Haddad looking over that defense. Rooney in motion. He's going to keep it out past the 45. Very close to a first down. Boy, that's going to be very, very close to the first down. Let's see if they move the sticks up. No. They're going to say just short. Literally, Grant, just short. No, they're moving it now.
Yep.
What do I know?
It's tough. We're a little skewed angle up here.
First and 10 for the Trojans. Clock running. 3:15 to go here in the third quarter. 20-14, Trenton on top. Haddad looking over that defense. Under center now. Man in motion is Rooney. The give is to Rooney. Rooney tries the left side. Again, that long frame falling forward all the way to the 37-yard line.
Like you said, all game here, he does a fantastic job of falling forward, not afraid of contact, will run in between the tackles. Sometimes you get skill guys that more of the outside type, right? They want to run outside the tackles, the sweeps, the pitches, right? Ashton Rooney will do it all. He'll run in between the tackles, outside the tackles. He's not afraid of contact. Does a good job falling forward there, making this here a 2nd down and 5.
Boy, this is what you want. You brought it up earlier in the broadcast. 4 or 5 yards a pop out of that triple option offense. You'll take that all day.
All day, especially when you're up with time on your side and the type of offense you run. That's your formula for sure.
I formation, 2 receiver split far side. Haddad pitches, flags go flying. I think we saw some movement up front. Indeed we did. Well, if an old dude like me can see that up here, these guys down on the field are going to catch that, no doubt about that. Hey, when looking for the tools that will turn your curiosity to magic, look no further than Lawrence Tech University. Go to ltu.edu for more information. Lawrence Tech, be curious, make magic. 2nd and 10 now at the Titan 42-yard line. Same formation, 2 receiver split outside, I formation. The deep back is Rooney. Haddad barks out the signals, pitches it to Rooney. Ball is loose again. Ball still on the turf. I think Rooney fell on it. Ball was on the turf for a while, And Rooney made a great effort to go back and get it at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, he did. And that ball, those aren't easy to, when you drop a ball and it's still bouncing and you're still in motion, those are some of the hardest fumbles to pick up. And a lot of people overlook the fact that if you don't practice picking up fumbles in practice, it's going to be hard in games. Right there, Asher Rooney, as skillful as he is, just picks it up, lands on it, smart. But right there, Southgate Anderson had the perfect look. They had the pitch man covered. They had the quarterback accounted for. And that's what happens. When you have assignment sound football, you force Trenton to make mistakes. Right there, the ball just doesn't bounce into Southgate Anderson's hand. But that has to give you a lot of confidence here moving forward.
2nd and 5 became a 3rd and 18. Haddad back to pass. Trying to set up a screen. Makes one man miss. Tries to make another man miss. Can't happen. Brought down at about the 40-yard line, setting up what should be, Grant, we're going to call it 4th and 8. Let's see what Trenton elects to do here. Do they send out the punt team on this 4th and 8? I believe that's exactly what they're going to do.
Got to give credit here to Southgate Anderson for getting off the field just when your offense punts it back to Trenton there, thinking that you might go down another score. Southgate Anderson forces Trenton to punt it back. Really good job of picking up on your assignments, following the pitch guy, almost forcing a turnover, and making Trenton have to punt.
Colby Cramp going to punt this one away. High snap, no problem getting it down. Off the side of the foot to be sure. Let's see where they mark that going out. Official still walking, still walking. Now he's trotting a little bit. They're going to say that ball goes out at about the 27-yard line. Hey, Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. Family, not just the name of our company, but the way we do business. I am a customer. Family does a great job, no doubt about that. 16 seconds remaining, Grant Perry, in this 3rd quarter. Still 20-14. Titans getting the ball back on their own 28-yard line.
And if there's a time to put a drive together like the end of the first half, it's right now. You're running out of time here. As you said, 16 seconds left here until we go to quarter 4. So look for Southgate Anderson here on 1st down. Try to pick up 5 yards. That's when they had most of their success, on 1st down, when they were staying ahead of the chains.
Shotgun formation, 2 receivers, near side, 1 far side. Back to pass. Jackson Gage looking downfield, got a man out there. 1st down and more into Trenton territory. Finally knocked out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. It's D'Angelo Stewart.
Good job here by Jackson Sage, sitting in the pocket, understanding, hey, I'm going to go through my read. Sees it, cornerback James Harrison, number 6, kind of flat-footed. D'Angelo Stewart, number 4 for Southgate, is able to get behind the defense. If the ball was out a little further, that might have been a deeper completion. But nonetheless, D'Angelo Stewart dropped the pass earlier, comes back, confident, catches that one, puts the ball into Trenton territory.
9 seconds remaining. We wait for the officials to start that clock up. Let's see if Titans get one more play off. Going to keep it on the ground. Little space over the left side. Boy, that space closed very quickly, but a good effort to push it past the 35 up to about the 34-yard line. And that will indeed be the last play of the 3rd quarter. Boy, we got a football game, don't we, Grant?
Yeah, we do.
20-14, your score after 3 quarters of play. Don't you go anywhere. We will have the deciding 4th quarter. Who knows, maybe even more. Prep Kickoff Classic here at Tom Adams Field on the State Champs Network.
At Hungry Howie's, we're famous for flavor, and this is our Chief Flavor Officer. Every hour of every day, our CFO obsesses over the tastiest ingredients to craft the most delicious flavored crust pizzas at the most unbelievable prices. And he's making this summer the summer of flavor. Try Hungry Howie's all-new Backyard Burger Pizza, or pick up a Pickle Bacon Ranch Pizza for a limited time only. Order a large for just $14.99 each.
Hungry?
Howie's! At Alto Equipment, we know when it comes to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. Alto Equipment has partnered with the biggest names in construction, including Volvo, Leeboy, Sonnebogen, Avant, ASV, and more to provide the state of Michigan with industry-leading service and support. Alto Equipment services all makes and models, and their technicians are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Do you have a big project? Alta Rents has you covered with the most diverse rental fleet in Michigan. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA today.
Welcome back here to Wayne State University. Well, we want to send our condolences to the community of Trenton and the Sulka family. Todd Sulka has been the but unfortunately, he lost his father just yesterday. Gary Sulka was the head coach at Melvindale for 37 years. Legendary head coach, even better person. We're sending our thoughts and condolences to Trenton and the Sulka community.
Amen, Kara. Fourth quarter just underway. Handoff, some space over the left side, out past the 30. Brought down right about the 30-yard line. Nice to see the mayor of Downriver out there on the field, getting some of that camera work in between the third and fourth quarter. Of course, we're talking about Downriver's own John Kidd.
Absolutely. You think you work hard, John Kidd works harder. That's how it goes.
He works like 78 men. Really. No doubt about that. Big third down here. 3rd and 3 for the Titans. Gage in the shotgun, running back on his left hip, 2 receivers split far side, 1 in motion. They hand it off. McEwen hit at the 30 and push backwards. That Trojan defense steps up again. That ball is not out, whistle dead, and now it's decision time for the Titans, Graham.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one here, delegating whether or not to go for it. You got to incorporate, hey, well, we're at this yard line, it's this much time left, so a lot goes into this decision here. But right now, Trenton's doing a really good job stopping this run. I mean, filling the gaps, not letting the running back decide where he wants to go, and determining his angles. So Trenton right now playing good D, but we got a 4th down and 4 right here. Really, anything's on the table as play call goes.
Bringing some of those big bodies in. I'm sure you could see number 93, Nolan Rose, come on the field, trying to clog a hole up front. 2 receivers split far side. Gage back to pass. He's got a man out there. Touchdown! How about that? 30-yard touchdown. And the Titans an extra point away from their first lead of the game.
How about the composure, out of quarterback Jackson Sage? I mean, there's been some throws that I guarantee you he wishes he could have had back today. And then that throw right there, I mean, the emotion doesn't waver at all. He steps up in the pocket, throws a beautiful ball to Thomas Laskowski, and they get in the end zone here with the opportunity to take the lead. I mean, 3-year starter out of Jackson Sage, you can tell by his determination right now.
30-yard touchdown. Snap is down, kick is up, and the kick is good. The Titans take their first lead of the game with 10:29 to go. Take a look here. Jackson Sage, cool as the other side of the pillow, going up top. What a lovely pass that is. Great ball to Laskowski, their second hookup of the game. And just like that, the Titans have the lead.
Yeah, that was a beautiful ball. I mean, it was more of a man coverage look with a 1 high safety, but, I mean, that was a honey hole shot. Honey hole shot, you hit that versus a cover 2, which is in between that corner just before that safety gets over there. I mean, couldn't have asked for a better ball. Outside shoulder on the sideline. Thomas Laskowski, all he had to do was put his hands up, and he was walking in the end zone. Really good ball. And way to stick with it. I mean, just when it looks like, it's 4th down and 4, you're not sure if they're going to get it. They haven't had the momentum they had at the end of the first half. They come back with a huge shot right there to take the lead.
We talked about it all game long. For good reason. Jackson Sage, a 3-year starter, just no pressure. He's seen it before and throws a beautiful ball on a 4th and 3 to give the Titans their first lead of the game. Now, the pressure on the Trojans. Let's see how they respond. They'd love nothing more than to put the ball in the hands of number 1, Ashton Rooney, who's the deep man standing on his own 12-yard line. Logan Exner saying, I don't want to put it anywhere near that guy. Let's see where he puts it. He kicks it to the far left. That's going to go out of bounds. Trojans will take that. Flags go flying. I have a feeling we're going to see a little bit of number 1 before this game's over.
Yeah, and if you're a betting man, I think that's the right bet to take. I mean, he has been the majority of your production as far as explosive plays go. We'll see if Drew Carson is back in this one too. I see him walking off the field, so I think his cramp is dealt with. But yeah, you're going to get a healthy dose of Rooney here along with Carson, and don't be surprised if Drew Haddad has another long run or breaks through the middle of the scrimmage there.
Boy, great crowds here for this game 1 of the Prep Kickoff Classic here on the campus of Wayne State University. The Trojans always represent a whole heck of a lot of Titan fans below us as well. And of course, I think we have some Pilot fans sneaking in. Some Davison fans as well, maybe to check out the end of this one. Still a long way to go, but the Titans have their first lead. I formation for the Trojans. The give is to Rooney. Rooney, little space over the right side. Again, falls forward up to about the 33-yard line. Give him 3, setting up a 2nd and 7.
I really like that play right there. Mixed direction counter. Quarterback sticks the ball out to the left. Looks like the play's going to develop to the left side, but then flips his hips, gets the ball back going right. 2 pullers at the point of attack. If Ashton Rooney just slows down a little bit, counter, you have to have patience. You want to let the blockers get out in front of you. A little bit of patience. That thing opened up. I think he would have split those linemen and been running for 6.
Dad looking over that defense again. Carson back out there. As you mentioned, Grant, great to see that. Going to try the option here. Haddad's going to keep it. He falls forward to about the 40-yard line, setting up a 3rd and 5. Big 3rd and 5 with the clock running. 9:35 to go here in the 4th quarter. Game 1 of our doubleheader here tonight.
Feels a little bit like the roles have switched, if you will. I mean, for 3 quarters, it was Southgate chasing to break the tie, or take the lead, excuse me. And now Trenton sitting down down a point. And they're thinking, hey, well, we got to move this ball now too. And they're putting situations here, 3rd and long, 3rd and medium right now. See if they can convert it.
Keep it on the ground. Gives to Ashton. No, sir. Falls forward to the 42, but he's going to be about 3 yards short. I don't think Trenton's going to go for it here. I've been wrong before. No inclination of sending the punt team out there, by the way. A huge 4th and 3 forthcoming, Grant.
Yes, this is huge. I mean, these are the plays that you look back later in your season and say, hey, that really shaped how the rest of our season went, or we learned some things from that. So right now, right here, Trenton got to pull out their best play. Ashton Rooney, about 5-6 yards deep. Don't be surprised if they throw a toss to him, try to get the edge.
Let's see, are they going to try to draw him off? 2 receivers near side. I formation. The give is to Carson. Or is it Haddad? They're both holding on to it, and they both get a 1st down. How about that?
Did not see that one coming. That's the old, hey, I'm going to take it if it's not there. If we're not getting that 1st down, I'm going to pull it out of your hands there. But really good job. I mean, for a second there, I was like, oh, okay, who has it? Who has it? They just both end up getting tackled right there. But good job there of securing the ball. That's where mistakes happen. You don't know who's going to pull it. One guy holds onto it too tight. Good job there by the new starter here, Drew Haddad.
Gutsy call there by Reggie Glahn, the head coach at Trenton. Haddad under center. He gives to Ashton Rooney. Some space out there. Look out. 40, 35, 30, 25. Makes a cut. Picks up an additional 5 yards. This kid is dynamic. And Trenton's in business down to the 20-yard line.
As dynamic as Ashton Rooney is, his vision is just as good as well. I mean, that's an inside run play, inside zone. He gets through to the 2nd level, and what does he do? Puts his foot in the ground and looks to get outside, right? You get north and south, get a little width, and then get back north and south. Really good job finding green grass, running away from defenders. And if you get Ashton Rooney on 2nd, 3rd level, good luck.
Haddad looking over that defense. He's got 2 receivers split near side I formation. Carson stands in front of Rooney. The give is to Rooney, the deep back. Hit at the 18, falls forward to about the 16-yard line before he's pushed back. Give him 4, setting up a 2nd and 6. Hey, Hungry Howie's is a great partner of the State Champs Networks, Mr. Football, and Anvil Awards. Hungry Howie's, the original flavored crust pizza. Order your pizza at hungryhowies.com. We'll give him 3, Grant. Give him 3, setting up a 2nd and 7. Clock running, 7:15 to go. Southgate Anderson up by 1. The give is to Carson, no pitch to Rooney. 1st down and more. Inside the 15, driven out of bounds. No, just shy of the 1st down. Just shy of the 1st down. I thought he reached the 10. The official says no, sir.
Got to give credit here to Drew Haddad. Simple, couple yard pickup right here. Didn't get a 1st down, but the way he's running this option, it's pretty dynamic right now. He's just trying to hold on to it for as long as he can, try to suck in the defense, and then as soon as they commit to him, leverage that ball outside to Ashton Rooney, and that's what they did there and almost got the 1st down.
3rd, and we're going to say about 9.5 inches. Carson, the lone setback. Haddad under center. Rooney in motion. Keeper by Haddad makes a cut into the end zone. Touchdown, Drew Haddad. And Trenton goes back on top. Oh, what an answer there by the Trojans, Grant. Let's see if they go for 2 here. May as well. They're up 5. May as well go for 2 here.
Yeah, that would make sense. Really good drive there, though. I mean, they overcame some adversity there. A 4th down conversion. Really good job there, and really good play call there to put that thing in the end zone.
2-point conversion as they hold a 26-21 lead. Carson, the lone setback. Haddad with Rooney behind him. The keeper again, hit at the 2, brought down short of the goal line. 2-point conversion, no good. As we take a look at the replay here, Grant.
Yeah, you're going to see Drew Carson here is going to lead the way. It's just a lead speed option. Drew Carson does a good job of getting in front of Connor inside number 24's way, allows Drew Haddad to see it, gets inside, puts it in the end zone, finishes through contact. And that was a really good drive for Trenton, a good response. And this is coming down to the wire here, just under 7 minutes. I mean, couldn't ask for a better ball game to start off the season.
Boy, the Titans with plenty of time. They're back in the trailing position, behind 26-21, but they've got 6:26 on the clock and 3 timeouts at their disposal. Hey, let's have another flashback, shall we? Let's take a look back when Trenton and Southgate Anderson played in the 2022 Division III pre-district. This was a back-and-forth game, and it would be Trenton coming away with a 35-25 victory. That year, the Trojans made it to the regional final before losing to Mason. Boy, a little Buckeye vibe on those gray jerseys, huh?
Yeah.
You're familiar with that look, aren't you, Grant?
Yeah, I've seen it before a couple times. Can't say it was a good day afterwards, but hey, now they're starting to get the best of them.
Well, you've had their number for 3 straight years. Let's face it, Michigan's had everybody's number for 3 straight years. Just 1 loss in the Big Ten the last 3 years, 3 Big Ten titles. I would be remiss if I didn't mention that I know who that 1 loss was against, the Michigan State Spartans, but come on, give me that, right? Can I at least take that?
You snuck it up on me. I didn't see it coming. Came in the back door right there.
Yeah, gee, what would you rather have? 3 Big Ten titles and a national champion, or that 1 title or 1 win going back to 2021?
Excited to see what Michigan State does though this season with Aiden Childs out of Oregon State, the quarterback, and the new coach Jonathan Smith. There's some good things brewing in Michigan State. I think they got a lot to look forward to here in the future.
All right, see, I can be nice. I'm excited to see what Coach Moore does with Michigan this year. How's that?
Kill him with kindness, right?
No, you're absolutely right. I'll tell you this. I've said this 1,000 times. To me, there's no other feeling like being on campus on a Saturday morning. I don't even know how to explain it. It just is. There's something special about it. I don't care if you're in Ann Arbor. I don't care if you're in East Lansing. I don't care if you're here in Midtown Detroit. Just a special, special feeling. As this has been a special, special game. 26-21. Trojans on top with 6:26 to go. Southgate Anderson had just taken their first lead of the game at 21-20, but a big drive by the Trojans to get the lead back. Let's see what this veteran quarterback Jackson Sage and the Titans can do. Short kick. This one's going to go out of bounds as well. Titans will say, we'll take that all day.
Yeah, absolutely. Interesting approach on the pooch kick. Maybe they're trying to see if one of the up-backs couldn't get to it in time, but you just handed the Titans there some good field position.
Hey, the Construction Association of Michigan provides a vast array of resources, services, information, and training to our diverse membership in Michigan's construction industry. Go to buildwithcam.com for more info. 35-yard line. 3 won't help them. They need to score a touchdown.
Yep, they do. But at the same time, too, don't get out of your rhythm here. You got just under 7 minutes. You got plenty of time to operate and do what you do best. And so far from this game, it's Jackson Sage in the middle. It's trying to get to the perimeter with some screen passes. Stay ahead of the chains here if you're Southgate Anderson.
2 receivers near side, 1 far side. Sage, keeper, all the way. hits the 35, spins out of one would-be tackle, can't spin out of the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th would-be tacklers, and he's pushed back after a gain of 4.
You'll take that all day. I mean, 4, 3, if you keep picking up 4 yards every play, mathematically speaking, you're going to end up in the end zone somewhere. So keep on chugging here, Jackson Sage. You're going to get your number called a lot here, as this is camp and all offseason. It boils down to this drive right here.
2 timeouts remaining as well. That could be also a critical factor. Sage looking over that defense, faced with a 2nd and 6. 1 receiver far side, 2 near side. Sage, shotgun formation, back to pass. Going up top. Little miscommunication there. Pass went out. 1 receiver went in, the other receiver went way out, and the pass falls incomplete.
Yeah, and they had the perfect call on there. Those receivers at the bottom of the field there, D'Angelo and the other receiver there couldn't catch his number, but they're running a fork, running a scissors essentially, which is a post with a corner. Trenton rotates to a cover 2 look, right? Middle of the field's open. Cornerback's not going to get too much depth. They had the right call on there. The receivers just run in the right timing. They run into each other, mess up the quarterback's timing. But that's a play right there that I think they'll look back on film and be like, hey, we had the right look. We just got to execute.
Cowan and Davison split near side. The dangerous Laskowski far side. Going up top. Again, he's got a man out there. Just overshoots him. Oh, baby, you can see Isaiah Davison saying, oh, I just missed that. Big 4th and 7 now from their own 39-yard line. All right, Coach Perry, what are you doing here? You punting it away? You going for it? What are you thinking?
The way that Trenton's been moving the ball, especially this last drive, I wouldn't be as confident as I was ending that first half, giving them the ball back right here, right now. I mean, first play of the drive right there, you pick up 4 yards with Jackson Sage, and then you throw it 2 times in a row, and now you're sitting here with 4th and about 7. It's tough. You got to put it in your best guy's hands. Look for number 14, Thomas Lakowski.
They're going for it. Sage looking at his wristband. Shotgun formation. 5:32 to go. Now he looks to the near sideline. I think they're going to call a timeout. Some time to think about it. Perhaps some time, Grant, to make Trenton think about it. What are they going to do? They're going to bring out the punt unit. They're really going to go for it on their own 38-yard line. Hey, Trenton is known as one of the top hockey public school programs in the state. How about this? 14 state titles. The last one in the 2014 Division II final as they took on the Heartland Eagles. Grant, we do talk a little hockey here on State Champs. Just a little. Just a little. We'll never forget that one. The legendary Coach Turner, had a chance to shake his hand afterwards, and he nonchalantly looked at me and said, by the way, I'm retiring. Best of luck, Coach. That was basically my response to him, but nice that I've been able to keep in touch with him over the years. Just an absolute legend. Saw their current coach, Chad Clements, out here before the game as well. Always nice to shake his hand. Trenton's going to be dangerous again. Well, they're going for it. Jackson Sage leading the team out there. Split wide side, Zane Whitson. 2 receivers near side. Sage in that shotgun, back to pass. A lot of time, going up top. He's got a man out there. Great coverage to get an arm in and back that away in the last second. I believe that's Zach Pauley in coverage out there, Grant.
Really good job, and that's our first time calling Zach Pauley's name. He's a really good hard worker for this Trenton defense. Cornerback that's really just shown what it takes to be a Trenton Trojan. Last year was 5'10", 130 pounds. Coaches said that he worked so hard this offseason, put on a good 20 pounds of muscle, and has really just shown himself and the other guys on the team that, hey, if you put in hard work, you can be successful. Right there, they get a look. Southgate Anderson throws it up. It's not the best percentage throw, for a conversion, but you get a look. You get the defender, trailing a little bit behind the receiver there. Opportunity for a catch. I maybe would have liked to see Lakowski outside, one of your bigger body targets, but now if your defense right here for Southgate, you got to get a stop. Have to.
Well, the Trojans looking to put this one away with a short field. They're up by 5. 1st and 10 at the Titan 39-yard line. Ball is loose. Ball is loose. Who fell on it? I believe, let's see. I'm waiting. Has there been an official? I thought that Rooney got to it, and they're saying, yes, Rooney did get to it back at the 42. Let's take a look at the replay here.
Yeah, in the fourth down conversion about 2 series ago, this is the exact same play where it's a quarterback read with the dive. He's going to hold it for as long as he can, and then he tries to pull it as he's getting tackled. That's really dangerous. And you see the result there. I mean, that takes a lot of skill, a lot of practice. Right there, that's not the situation in which you want to pull. You want to give it to your fullback, let him fall forward for a couple yards, and keep ahead of the chains.
Loss of 3, 2nd and 13. They give it to Carson. He plows his way past the original line of scrimmage, down to the 36-yard line. Titans going to use one of their timeouts with a 3rd and 7 forthcoming.
And that's 2 huge fumble recoveries for Ashton Rooney here. He finds the ball even when it's not intended to go to him. He's got a knack to be around it. Really good fumble recovery there. If you're Southgate Anderson here, you couldn't have asked for a better situation to be in right here. You got to probably understand that it's going to be a 2-down situation. So if Trenton gets 2-3 yards, they're going to go for it. So try to stop him, hold him to a yard or 2. Give him your best play here. Maybe provide some pressure up the middle with some edge pressure as well.
They did not use a timeout, obviously. The give is to Rooney. Rooney hit at the line of scrimmage. He falls forward up to about the 33-yard line, but a huge 4th down forthcoming. Somebody's got a whistle on the near sideline, and they fooled me. They didn't fool the guys down on the field. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, sitting here with 4th and it looks like about 4 or 5 yards. If you're Trenton, you want to get the ball to Ashton Rooney somehow, some way. In this triple option, the veer offense, it's sometimes hard to figure out different ways to get guys involved just because it's dive, pitch, and you can follow where he's at. But try to get Ashton Rooney in some space here. Let him make a move. Turn it into essentially a kickoff return. Let him cut off a defender. And good things happen.
They're milking this clock. 5 on the play clock. 4. Haddad waiting, taking precious seconds off. And they're going to use a timeout. They're going to use a timeout with 3:14 to go here. And a huge 4th down forthcoming. Hey, don't forget, stick around for the second game of the Prep Kickoff Classic between Warren De La Salle and Davison. Kickoff at 7 o'clock tonight. Stay right here. You can watch it on State Champs YouTube channel and on Local 4+. Can't thank my friends at WDIV, Channel 4 here in Detroit, enough for streaming the games with us. They're just a couple miles away that way, as I'm pointing out of our booth. Grant can see it. None of you can see it, but you're going to have to take my word for it. WDIV is a couple miles that way. Really appreciate them being a part of our team and appreciate you watching this broadcast here today. It's a pleasure being with Grant Perry and the best staff in the business, the State Champs crew.
Hey, Sean, do you mind if I stay around for the second game?
I would love for you to stick around. Take a look at that. Big 4th down here. The pitch to Rooney. He's hit, and he's brought down short of the 1st down. Great reaction by that Titan defense, and they're getting the ball back with 3:08 to go and 2 timeouts, Grant.
Yeah, really good job here. Like I said earlier, you run the triple option in the veer, you're kind of limited to where you can run with the ball, right? You got the pitch, you got the dive, and you got the quarterback. So if you can account for all those, kind of go through what they've ran and what down and distance they have, Southgate Anderson does a fantastic job of saying, hey, you know what? We're assuming Ashton Rooney's going to get it. He's on the wing to the right, going to run left. Let's put all our guys to that right side and stop him, and they do pick up a stop here in the game when they needed it most.
Well, this is when you want a veteran quarterback in moments like this. 3-year starter Jackson Sage brings his team on the field. He's got the sophomore running back, McEwen. He gets the carry. Looked like a face mask was grabbed. He picks up 4, and I think they're going to tack on 15, Grant.
That doesn't hurt the drive right there. And good job by the coaches of Southgate Anderson, seeing that it's a too high safety shell. It means not a lot of guys in the box. So they're going to run the ball there with a light box. Good job. And I think we're going to have a face mask here by Trenton.
Having a conversation, but I'm with you, partner. Sure looked that way to me when you see the head jerk back the way McEwen's head jerked back. Indeed it is. Personal foul, face mask, tack on another 15. That's going to put him in Trenton territory. All the time in the world now, Grant.
Yep, you got all the time on your side. You're moving in to Trenton's territory, threatening to score, threatening to take the lead here. And if I'm Southgate Anderson, my next shot, I want to try to get on a corner here. They've had success on the perimeter. I want to see number 14, Thomas Laskowski, try to get a one-on-one matchup here on the perimeter with one of these corners, James Harrison or Zach Pauley.
2 receivers split far side, 1 near side. Sage calls his own number. Out past the 50, up to about the 47-yard line. Will give him 2 yards there, setting up a 2nd and 8. Clock running inside 2:40 to go here in this fourth quarter. Trenton hanging on, and I do mean hanging on, to a 26-21 lead here at Tom Adams Field. Sage looks to the near sideline. 2 receivers split outside, 1 inside. Shotgun formation. The give is to McEwen. McEwen spins at the 45, falls forward to about the 44-yard line. Just a couple on the play, setting up a 3rd and long. No panic whatsoever as the clock ticks, ticks, ticks inside. 2 minutes to go here.
I like Southgate Anderson's approach so far this drive. When the safeties rotate to too high shell, run the ball. You got numbers in the box. Go ahead and you're treating this like, obviously it has to be a 2-down situation here. So pick up a few yards, give yourself a good 4th down opportunity.
Laskowski single coverage outside. Keep an eye on that. Fake the jet, keeper all the way. Sage, 1st down, out past the 40, 35. Pushed out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. Oh, that explosive first step, and then did a tightrope down the near sideline.
And he's got some swagger with it, too. I mean, it's not, he gets the call, right? Jackson Sage, his number's called. He knows it's going to be a quarterback keep to the left. Some quarterbacks are going to sprint out there, try to get out there as fast as they can. He lets his blocks develop, cuts off the blocks, gets to the perimeter, picks up a huge gain here. And just like you said, they have time, but they don't have time to waste, and that was a huge play to move them closer.
$1:33 left in this one. Fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line. Calls his number again to Sage. Makes a cut again to Sage. Inside the 20, down to the 15-yard line. You'll take a gain of 9 every day.
Absolutely. You're getting your play call in, having the guys line up here. Goal right now is pick up the 1st down, get the clock stopped for half a second, get your play call in again. Still do have 2 timeouts as well. Pick the right call. Don't force anything here if you're Jackson Sage.
Ensign on his left hip. 2 receivers outside, 1 inside. The give is Ensign. Makes a cut at the 16, falls forward to about the 14. He doesn't have the 1st down, though.
That's a good play there by the defensive end of jumping inside, and then Drudell Conrad jumping outside, switching priorities there. Running back presses the line of scrimmage, thinking that the outside's going to be there, takes a step to the outside. Number 11, Drudell Conrad, steps there for the tackle.
3rd and 1. 35 seconds remaining. Sage looks over that defense. He's going to keep it. He's got the 1st down. He's inside the 10 and spun out of bounds at about the 9-yard line. Well, they're going to mark him out just over the 10. So we've got a 1st and goal situation with 26 seconds to go.
And correct me if I'm wrong here, Sean, but I mean, Jackson Sage, he just has a fluidity about him, man. He doesn't force anything, doesn't look to get to the perimeter if it's not there. Has a lot of patience, had 2 defenders in his face in the backfield on that play. Just takes 1 step, gets outside, doesn't rush, doesn't panic, picks up the 1st down. He's playing very calm, cool, and collected here in the second half.
26-21. Sage back to pass. Far side of the end zone. Touchdown! Laskowski fights off the pass interference. Oh, they're going to say he was out of bounds. Yeah, they're going to say he's out of bounds. Absolutely, but you've got pass interference out there to be sure, Grant Perry.
Man, I thought he was in there, but what a throw. I mean, you want to put that thing in the back pylon. There's an imaginary box. You tell your guys, throw it there. Don't let the cornerback have an opportunity. Jackson Sage rips it out there. Good job here. Number 6 there, James Harrison is in coverage. He's face guarding. You got to get your eyes around if you don't want the penalty called. He's just guarding him eyes to eyes. Good job by Lakowski. And man, it looked like he might have been in there, but
I think they're saying that if we look at the replay, that his leg came down on the line. I think that's what they're saying. As it is, you move it up half the distance, and with 21 seconds to go, the Titans are 4 yards away from knocking off the Trojans. High snap. Kept by Sage. Breaks out of one tackle, can't break out of the second, third, and fourth, and he's brought down for a loss all the way back to the 7. Southgate Anderson has to take a timeout.
Yep. And you got to imagine Trenton was ready for that, right? Jackson Sage has taken over this drive. He's really put it on his back, and he's picking up very hard yards to get. Right there, they just swarm him, give him no lane to run. Really good job by the Trenton defense.
Boy, is this turned into a dandy or what?
Man.
What more could you ask for game 1 of the PKC down here in Midtown Detroit? Can't thank our friends with the Detroit Sports Commission enough. They always first-class events all over the city. Done such a great job bringing so many great events into the city of Detroit. Grant, you're a guy that grew up not too far away from here. It's wonderful to see the transformation of the downtown area and so many of the big events coming.
Yeah, absolutely. It's from when I was growing up to now, I mean, it's totally, it's evolving and people are flocking down there. It's really cool to see. I mean, you got the Pistons down there now, obviously, so you got everyone kind of in the heart of Detroit. And everyone's just trying to build it back up, man. It's on the rise.
And, of course, that team that plays in Ford Field.
Yeah,
you
how
see
about
it
those guys?
Just south of us, off in the distance. Never seen this level of excitement. And it's a beautiful thing. Here we go, 16 seconds remaining. Back to pass, Sage, touchdown! This time, Isaiah Davison pulls it in, and the Titans take the lead. A couple of near misses to Isaiah Davison here in the second half. Not that time, Grant Perry.
That's called trusting the process. You just got to wait. Get your number called again, and when that opportunity comes, come through for your team. And as a receiver, first-hand experience, when you're inside your own 10-yard, in their 10-yard line, you got an opportunity to go run a fade comeback. You're going to run it to the best of your ability right there. You sell the fade, get the cornerback thinking, oh, I'm going to beat him to the back of the pylon, but then you break it off, and he's still looking the other way. Really good route, good timing. And Coach said that Isaiah Davison is going to have one of those years. Right now, he just took that first step.
Oh, and I'll tell you what, this near sideline went delirious for a few minutes. What a huge drive there by the Titans. And, of course, 2-point conversion forthcoming. Surely. Southgate Anderson, 27. Trenton, 26. 12 seconds to go. Hey, what more can we say about this senior quarterback, Jackson Sage, Grant?
I mean, we're running out of things to say. I mean, I got 15 notes here on my call sheet, and I've gone through them all. And I mean, just so composed. I mean, it hasn't seemed like anything that in this game that's occurred has affected him. I mean, just keeps on driving, keeps on going. And right here, you're just going to see him take the snap here, understanding, hey, I know I got to throw this ball. And then, Isaiah Davison runs a really good route right here. Watch him break it down. Cornerback can't get out of his break enough. Number 2, that's Zach Pauley. Jackson Sage with great timing puts it on him. And as Isaiah Davidson's coming out of his break, catches it.
4 receiver set. Sage swings it outside. Hit and brought down. Great defensive play that time by number 11, Drudell Conrad. Brings it down. As it is, it's going to take a miracle with 12 seconds left. Let's be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. And right here, you're going to see the 2-point conversion. You got Seth Bordery going in motion here. They're just going to try to get a flat concept. But Drudell Conrad is ready for it right there. He's a safety converted to linebacker, so he's got range. He can move. He can understand passing concepts, but also cover at the same time. So he does a good job there of driving that flat route, not letting him get across.
I have a feeling in the last 12 seconds, number 1's going to see the ball in some way, shape, or form. And of course, we're talking about the dynamic Ashton Rooney.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm interested as well to see how do they draw it up, right? I mean, they're pretty typical with what they do. Triple option. They got 2 backs, 3 backs. They spread it out one time. They ran a screen pass. That's an avenue that they could take. But you got to be. I got to agree with you on that, Sean. Find a way to get the ball to Ashton Rooney. Everyone else follow and play pitch after that.
Well, let's see what the Titans want to do here as well. How Logan Exner is going to approach this.
One thing I would not do is kick it to number 1. That's my one piece of advice.
Short, pooch, bounces, and goes out of bounds. So Trenton with a play, maybe two. Maybe. We'll see.
Keep in mind, no timeouts here for the Trojans. So they're going to have to try to get a play that's going towards the sideline, or a play where, hey, if we're going to say this is our last play, everyone get ready and follow the catcher, right? If the guy catches it, be ready for a pitch. But you got to imagine here that they're probably going to try to make this a two-play drive, get a few plays, get a chunk play, and then maybe take a shot towards the end zone.
Don't forget Cardinals and Pilots next. That's right. Davison Cardinals and the Warren De La Salle Pilots coming up next. They're going to make Southgate Anderson re-kick this. I have a feeling we're going to see something like we did. Maybe keep the ball in bounds this time.
Mm-hmm. They almost had the perfect kick. It went over the up back's head. Just 2 bounces too many out of bounds. But if that thing would have sat in bounds, they would have been sitting with a really good position there, Southgate, that is.
Just on the edge of the shadow here at Tom Adams Field. Boy, isn't that amazing? Look at that. How that, great job by our cameraman right there, too. Just in the sun. And we'll see how they approach this. 12 seconds to go. Short kick, taken at the 41. Great coverage that time. Didn't have a chance. Lucas Totten tried to take it outside. Great coverage there by the Titans. And the Trojans are 60 yards away, Grant. Only 9 seconds to go.
Yep, got to get it out of bounds. If you get the first down, got to hurry up to the line of scrimmage, get that next snap off. No timeouts here if you're Trenton. And we all know Trenton's DNA right here is, Trenton's DNA, is to run the ball. So forcing them to have to throw it or make something happen here at the end of the game, that favors Southgate Anderson for sure.
Now, obviously, in theory, they could get themselves into field goal position. They're only down by 1. But they're just looking for a big play. Certainly, they've got a couple players that can make a big play happen as well. Drew Haddad is one of them. Shotgun formation, back to pass. Throws it incomplete. Pass intended for Drew Carson. Pressure on Haddad. Falls incomplete. 6 seconds to go in this one. 27-26. Southgate Anderson had only led one time, and briefly I might add, by a score of 21-20 earlier here in this second half. Boy, listen to this crowd. Isn't this fun? They're loving it. 2 receivers split far side, 1 near side. Carson on Haddad's left hip. Back to pass with 6 seconds. Throws it, intercepted. That's going to be the game. Laskowski does the smart thing, catches a couple touchdowns, and puts this game on ice. The Southgate Anderson Titans come away with a 27-26 win. Great game here, Grant.
Yeah, and what are the chances? I mean, last year's game ended by 1 point with Southgate Anderson taking that win. And today ends by another 1-point victory. I mean, what a game. I mean, all game long, it looked like Trenton had the edge. Looked like they were going to control the clock. Looked like they were going to take this thing out and squeeze the life out of Anderson. But good job by Anderson.
One of the coolest things right there, the post-game handshake. That's what it's all about. But we'll tell you, the final score today at Tom Adams Field, Southgate Anderson comes away with a 27-26 victory over the Trenton Trojans. Don't you go anywhere. It's State Champs Game Time Live right here on the State Champs Network and our friends at Local 4.
A high score.
A big win.
These things are impressive.
But it's what you don't see that counts.
The years of honing our skills.
The late nights and early mornings.
Pushing through even when it hurts.
The teamwork.
The dedication.
You don't see the hours of practice our team puts into winning games, but it pays off on the field.
And you don't see the years of practice our attorneys put into winning cases, but it pays off in the courtroom. The Detroit Lions.
And 1-800-CALL-SAM.
Winning for you.
A way to end this one. Southgate Anderson scores late and comes away with a 27-26 victory. Why don't we throw it down to the third member of our broadcast team, Kara Lyles, with a special guest. Kara?
Please direct your attention to midfield for today's post-game awards presentation.
Well, Jackson, you're a 3-year starting quarterback. You showed so much poise in tonight's game. How big of a role did experience play in this win?
Very big. A lot of drives came down to the very last second, and you just have to have a lot of experience for that.
How about Isaiah Davidson? What happened in that huddle right before that last play?
So he dropped the first one, told him to get it the second time, and he got it.
Well, you can take a deep breath now. The first one's out of the way. Any takeaways from tonight's win?
Just hard work pays off and keep grinding.
All right, Jackson, congratulations. Go celebrate.
Great stuff. Really appreciate it, Kara. And what a great win here. Gutsy win by the Titans as they come away with a 27-26 victory. Grant Perry, any final thoughts?
I couldn't have asked for a better game to start the season here at the Prep Kickoff Classic. Both these teams are going to have good seasons. I mean, they showed it why here today. So, just looking forward to see how both these teams end up at the end of the year, right? You never know really till it's all said and done. And I guarantee you Trenton comes out hard week 2 and makes a statement. And Southgate Anderson, that's something to build off of and work off as well.
Want to thank Kara Lyles, of course, Grant Perry. Pleasure working with you. As I said, the best staff in the business, the state champ staff. Most importantly, thank you for inviting us into your computers, your laptops, your cell phones, whatever the case may be. Your final score, game 1 here at the PKC. Southgate Anderson 27, Trenton 26. For everybody involved, I'm Sean Belegian saying so long for now from Tom Adams Field.
State Champs Sports Network is presented by Lawrence Technological University. Be curious, make magic. Visit ltu.edu today. State Champs Game Time Live is delivered by Hungry Howie's Pizza, home of the original flavored crust pizza. State Champs Game Time Live is also brought to you by Reaction Technologies. Up your game. Go to reactiontechnologies.com for more information. The Construction Association of Michigan, the voice of the construction industry in Michigan. Alta Equipment, Michigan's #1 construction equipment provider, proudly representing the industry's top brands. Get the right equipment for your project every time with Alta Equipment. And the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.